Oops, I forgot. I already swapped the camera, so let's just. There you go. Hi. Hello. Happy you're cooking in 99 Nights. I hope that's going well. Hi, Kat. Hi, everybody. Actual meal sounds like a good plan for me personally. But yes, it is shitty book time. I went back to read the schedule and was like, oh, I was really unclear about that. Face reveal? Face reveal tomorrow. I mean, just kidding. Monday. Because I'm not streaming tomorrow or Saturday. Lamau. Hey, why am I not pink? You are pink. What are you talking about? Are you not pink in, like, the actual Twitch chat? On my screen, I'm gray. That's fucked up. Well, you're pink on my screen still. It's probably just like a glitch or something on yours. I'm happy to report you're pink everywhere else. Um, oh, congrats on getting power back. Um, very happy to hear because holy shit, that was such a long ass time to be without power. Like that's so fucked up. Like that's crazy. Okay. Well, anything else noteworthy before we begin? Any well, well actually let me respond to this really quick. There's an office call to schedule an appointment. Save me from having to call him. It's always better when someone else calls. Cause I don't like calling, but if you wanna call me, I'll probably pick up the phone because then you took like the I don't wanna call jitters out of the process. Because you called me, I have to pick it up. Because you're calling me. So I'm happy that happened for you. That's huge. I have to keep an eye on that. Uh my friend wanted to get a late lunch tomorrow. Um but our plans are vague and uncertain. So I'll have to keep an eye on my phone while we read. Um well, if there's nothing else, we shall begin. I bookmarked it right where we stopped. I don't remember any of it. And we have a history, but it's complicated. I can see how it would be, she nodded. I'll be there when she wakes up. We'll see how it goes. She sat down at her desk again. Now, get out of here. Go to the bunkhouse and get a shower and a few hours sleep yourself. You look like hell. Allie doesn't need any reminders of what the two of you went through. This is post the preacher dying, right? Oh, Tangle Tower sequel in a week? Okay, I've been sitting on that. I've been waiting for that. Maybe we'll play. I don't know. Bug. Thank you. As you command. He moved toward the examination room. I'll just check to make sure she's okay and still sleeping. Megan nodded. How very productive. Not at all like the hard ass we know and love. She was already absorbed in her paperwork. By all means, make certain that your charge is well and in the arms of Morpheus. Huh? Whatever. I'm gonna cringe though, because I don't get it. And I need my cringe on standby anyway. There we go. Happy 200th. That was easy. Anyway, Allie was curled up, sound asleep, her lips slightly parted, her breathing deep and steady. He wanted to reach out and touch her, make contact in some way. Protective? Hell yes. It had nearly killed him to watch the horror that she had gone through today. It had been even worse to know that he had to stand by and not take over. She had been so fragilely. I hate the way that word looks. And it also was very bad to say as well. Forgot I dog eared the page because I couldn't be asked to find a piece of paper. And honestly, this book doesn't deserve that level of respect is to not dog ear it, to be honest with you. So I don't blame you. um balance that he had known that he had to be careful not to disturb that balance. Are you getting a little too involved? Who said that? I'm cringing. Megan's question was almost ironic. How could he help but be involved? Allie had been his main concern and passion for 7 years, and these last days had shown him a different Allie than the one he'd grown to know. Dangerous. He had told Megan he would delay the mission he had worked so hard to complete to save Allie. It had come impulsively out of his lips, but he had known that it was true. Back off. There were too many lives at stake. Prowlin had to be killed. The ledger had to be found. And he had to find a way to keep Megan alive through all of it. Do you think they meant Allie here? I'm pretty I'm pretty sure we meant Allie here. There's no like we barely know who Megan is. I'm sorry. Like that's so bad. Editor, where were you here? No, not your 4-color pen. What colors? Just curious. Hi, Allie. Megan smiled as Allie drowsily opened her eyes. Remember me? I thought I'd be here to give you good news when you woke. McKellar is doing fine and having a snack even as we speak. That's wonderful. But she was feeling terribly alone and suddenly anxious. She looked around the room. Where's Mandic? I sent him to get some rest. She made a face. And a shower. You need one too. You can use the shower adjoining my office. She got to her feet. But first I'll get you a cup of coffee to wake you up. Red, green, blue, black. The classic 4 pen colors. I'm not really sure why I asked. I was hoping they'd throw in a weird one like purple. But we can't all be so lucky. I remember those really big chunky ones. Green was already on its way out. No, that's so sad because green's the most fun color of the 4. You could argue. But I remember this really big chunky one that had like 12 colors in it. Horrible to use, but I like the colors. So, but first I'll get you a cup of coffee to wake you up. How do you take it? Black. Right. Megan disappeared in the office. Allie slowly sat up and swung her legs off the table. That feeling of anxiety at Mandic's absence she had experienced was making her uneasy. She had to stand on her own feet. She couldn't depend on Mandic to... Here we are. Megan came into the room and handed her the cup of coffee. Drink it. The caffeine will do you good. She sat back down in the chair she'd vacated. I wanted you to sleep, but I knew that you were too on edge to really relax. That's why I had to count on Mandic. She smiled. But no problem. I've found I can always do that. Can you? She sipped the hot coffee. Have you known him a long time? Yes. He's been in and out of Tanzania all the time I've run this clinic. When Renata needed him, he was there for her. He's the one who rescued those children from Prowlin's bordello in Madagascar. I didn't know that. He only mentioned there was a rescue. She studied Megan. That sounds like you've been working here for some time. Why? Because you're a part of this Devanez family? I've never really thought of myself in that light. I only found out that was descended from the Devanezes after I was an adult and out of medical school. By then, I had other issues connected to what I discovered about myself that seemed more important to me. Allie asked bluntly. You mean you found out you were a freak like me? No, I found out that I wasn't like everyone else, which is an entirely different thing. Which is a different thing entirely. I love making things read easier. Well, I have the right color out. Green is fine. Oh, okay, thank God. Thank God green's okay. I was worried. Megan said quietly. Though I had a few problems. I actually don't give a shit. I think calling yourself a freak is fine. I think we're being a little overly woke about this. We're being anyway. Though I had a few problems adjusting, and I admit that word jumped up in my mind several times. But since I married Neil Grady, a man who is also what you call a freak and works closely with Renata, I guess I'm pretty close to that adjustment. She shook her head. And I'm not to be conspiratorial here, and this is like such like a nitpick here, but that's fine. I'm having a good time. If we're all descended from the Devanez family, if we have these powers, why did you marry one of them? If you are one of them, wouldn't that make it? You know where I'm going with this? You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I'll let it slide because I don't know how many generations we're talking. Because in the end, technically speaking, all of humanity is related in some way, shape, or form because we all are the same species. But still, I'm just saying. Okay, anyway. She shook her head. And I'm definitely not like you, Allie. You have a gift that Renata and Mandic and all the rest of the clan are counting on to help save lives. She smiled. I would have given anything to be able to do that. I'm a doctor. I couldn't understand if I had to have some kind of bizarre gift. I couldn't be a healer. She asked skeptically, are there really healers? Oh yes, I know of at least two. One helps out at St. Jude's in Memphis. Allie was silent for a moment. If you're not a healer, what kind of weird gift do you? You might say I'm a facilitator. They call me a Pandora. We're so far deep into the book and we're just now naming the kinds of powers there are? That's fucking psychotic. I will not let that one slide. And what is that? Under certain circumstances, I'm able to touch people and bring out whatever psychic talents they possess, she shrugged. Which causes a multitude of problems. I don't discuss it. We all have our own crosses to bear. I've been trying to find out how to get control for years. I've had moderate success, but I have a long way to go. She smiled. So you're not the only one with problems. And Mandic has been there helping, training you for a long time. I never asked him to do it. No, Megan said, and it's not fair to you, but that's the way that it is. What's happening to those people Proland is targeting isn't fair either. Her expression, I know, I don't know what's happening, but whatever. What's happening to those people Proland is targeting isn't fair either. Her expression became shadowed. I think that's the second time we've said shadowed in, like, this area, but I'll let that slide too. I originally came to Tanzania to see if I could help find some of the victims targeted by Molino and Proland. My mother was one of those victims. She was murdered. I'm sorry. And did you find the other victims? A few of them, but by then Proland had taken over the operation of the gang, and everything was getting worse. What started out as a quick job became. She made a motion with one hand to indicate the exam room. Became this clinic to try and do what I could to keep some of the pain and violence in check. It seems you did it. You might have saved McKellar. He wasn't that bad, but I have saved others. She met Allie's eyes. But those are temporary fixes. We have to get Proland to make sure that none of it happens again. Allie's lips twisted. I've just had a terrible lesson to that effect. I know what Mandic expects. I know what Renata wants from me. You don't have to lecture me, Megan. I wasn't lecturing. She got to her feet. I just wanted you to see the problem from my point of view. Sounds like you were lecturing to me, but go off. And now that you and have you know that I'll help you in any way I can. She moved toward the door. Now I'll check on McKellar and stop by the bunkhouse to tell Mandic you're awake. Your duffel is in the office bathroom. You'll probably want to throw those clothes you're wearing in the trash. Ellie looked down at her torn and filthy shirt and pants. What there is left of them. What there is left. I hate that sentence. You're going to jail. Exactly. She jumped off the table and followed Megan into the outer office. And I want to stop in and see McKellar if that's okay. For a few minutes. He'll be glad to see you. He was asking about you. I don't see how he could even remember me. He was in such pain yesterday. People have a habit of remembering kindness and caring. In the end, we have to forget the horrors and cling to the love. Who is this? Allie had stopped beside the bulletin board beside the bathroom door. She was looking at a photo of a fair-haired child of about 10 or 11. The little girl was smiling, her face brimming with happiness. She's beautiful. Your daughter? No, Neil and I have no children. It didn't seem the time. She came over to the bulletin board and gently touched the photo with one finger. Her name is Elizabeth Delft. I'm not gonna keep going, but I bet my bottom fucking dollar this kid is someone that was either abused or killed by Proland. So we're just pushing the fact that we have to do this even more. She's already been convinced. She's already going to do the job. It really doesn't matter. We don't need any more convincing. Okay, like I think we're good. But anyway, I asked her parents to send me a photo of her. Not that I wouldn't remember her. I just wanted to remind myself why I was here when the times got bad. She turned away. She was one of the children Mandic brought to me. We were able to save the rest, but she died of complications from a drug overdose. It was not a merciful death. So, how did I know? Anyway, she left the office. Allie stood there frozen, staring at the photo after the door had closed behind Megan. She had always been touched and angry about the stories about two abouts in one sentence go to jail about those children who had been victimized. But this hit home in an entirely personal way. That beautiful child. What do you mean? What do you mean it hits home in a personal way? It's still just a picture. What the fuck are we talking about? Whatever. Whatever. She reached out and gently touched the photo as Megan had done. Hello, Elizabeth. I'll say a prayer for you to Lee and Natalie. Maybe they'll find you and help you as they did me. She doesn't believe in God, but she believes in the afterlife. I'm very confused about this. Then she turned away and went into the bathroom. Her muscles were stiff and sore, not surprising considering what she had been through. She avoided looking in the mirror except for one brief glance before she got in the shower. Dark circles beneath her eyes, her jaw firm and set. She looked harder. And that was how she felt, stark and bare, as if all the softness had been trimmed away. Leaving what behind, God only knew. It's not my fault, Prowland, Amon Kobu said desperately. I told you that I thought they were heading for Talboa. I used my men as you told me. We even managed to take out McKellar going back to the embassy. But the men I picked up in the village weren't adequate. You should have sent me. Mandic and the woman got away? Prowland asked softly. Now, how did that happen, Kobu? You killed a priest, a pilot, and the clerk from the embassy. All people I did not give a damn about. Yet Mandic flew away as if you didn't exist. He paused, which is what I'm beginning to wish would happen. Everything was happening too quickly. We thought he was at one end of the lake. Then we saw him by the helicopter, he said quickly. But I'll find him, Prowland. I've been searching for someone who can tell me anything. You know I have contacts all over the country. I've been questioning the people in the village for hours and seeing, you're wasting your time. You won't be able to locate him now. Those ashes were an opportunity and you failed me. But there will be another opportunity. He has this Allie Gerard, and the fool must actually believe he can use her. If he does, he'll come knocking on my door. He paused and said thoughtfully, it may be amusing to see if my tiger likes the taste of Mandic's little friend. Oh my god, the tiger. Tiger. Chekhov's tiger? Maybe. Maybe. Anyway. Um. He pauses. It may be amusing to see if my tiger likes the taste of Mandic's little friend as much as he did the whore I gave him for company a few hours ago. The tiger. Kobu broke into a. Oh my god, that's so funny. Kobu broke into a sweat. It wasn't my fault, he repeated. I believe you need to come back to the palace and explain to me how it wasn't your fault, Kobu. I'm having trouble understanding. I'll come back soon. Right now I'm still searching. You know I'll do everything I can to. You sound a little breathless. You must be searching very hard. I'll allow you another day to bring me Mandic and that woman. After that, I'll send Hans Brucker to escort you back here. Have a nice hunt, Kobu. He hung up. One more day, Kobu thought. His heart was beating hard and as he jammed the phone in his jacket. He had to find Mandic and Allie Gerard, or he was a dead man. He might not even make it back to the palace. Bruger could be almost as vicious as Prowland, and he never liked Kobu. No, he'd survived somehow. He'd always been able to wriggle his way out of every tight corner, but this time he didn't see how he was going to do it. And the tiger was waiting. Okay, that was really dumb. Because I know they're like, oh, it's a double meaning. It means the literal tiger, but also Prowland. Please shut the fuck up, bro. Kobu screwed up, Prowland said as he turns to Hans Brucker. He's history, and you may get the privilege of taking care of it. Brucker smiled. I'll enjoy it. He's an arrogant little prick, but you gave him another day. Desperation can accomplish miracles. He may actually come up with Mandic. Brucker's eyes narrowed on his face. You're not as upset as I thought you'd be. I thought there was a chance Mandic would slip away from Kobu. As I told him, there's another way of springing a trap. He started to dial his phone, but first one must prepare that trap with suitable bait. The phone rang 3 times before it was answered. Ah, Kamano, I've decided to forgive you for making such an outrageous mess of the opportunity I gave you to rid ourselves of a common problem. I'm going to give you another chance. Mandig was sitting on the wooden bench outside the clinic when Allie came out of the building. He was dressed in jeans and a casual black shirt, and his dark hair shone in the sunlight. His legs were stretched out before him, and he looked lazy and sensual, and yet she could sense wariness. I didn't like sensual, so have a terrible time. Strange. She was always the one who was wary. Wary of what to expect from him. Wary of what she felt when she was with him, but she wasn't wary now. Too much had happened. She felt the usual tension, the tingling awareness, but it didn't intimidate her. He smiled. Hey, amazing what can be done with a little soap and water. We both almost look civilized. Look almost civilized. Okay. It's happening so often where I like fuck up and read it in the wrong. We both look almost we both almost look civilized. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Both make sense. It just pisses me off that I keep saying the wrong one. He got to his feet. How are you doing? I don't know, she shrugged. I guess as good as can be expected. I'm pretty raw inside. I'm confused and angry and sad. I stopped by and saw McKellar. It made me feel happy to see how much better he's doing. What's going to happen to him now? When he's well enough to travel, we'll send him out of the country to someplace safe. That's good. She paused. And Father Elwyn and Thorn? Who is taking care of? Renata sent her people in to retrieve them and begin arrangements according to any wishes that they'd expressed. More arrangements. More deaths. I'm glad Renata was so quick. I felt as if we'd abandoned them. She looked around the neat, clean little village that seemed to be occupied principally by uniformed hospital personnel. When we were flying in, I couldn't even tell this place was here. It's very well camouflaged. I told you, the clinic has to be secure. We made damn sure that it was safe. He walked with her toward the rocks sheltered by the overhanging cliff that overlooked the Indian Ocean. We have a 24-hour watch to spot. We even have a 24-hour watch to spot any boats that come too close to the area. He dropped down on the rocks. Sit down. Relax. Watching the surf can be soothing. And you think I need soothing? She sat down beside him. Maybe I do. That was the stupidest conversation so far. Thank you so much. Okay, anyway. She looked out at the sea. But I don't think that this is going to do it for me. I don't either. It's long past that, isn't it? His gaze searched her face. You look frozen. Okay. They are annoying me right now. I'm not really sure why. I don't really have a good reason for it, but yeah, whatever. Anyway. She folds so fucking fast. It's like half her personality. But whatever. That's the way I feel. Her gaze shifted to his face. When I told you I'd made my decision to help you get Prowland, I didn't really know what that meant. I thought I did. Lee and Natalie wanted their son avenged. I wanted to give them what they wanted. She moistened her lips. Cat, you know what to do. But yesterday it all came home to me. And you want it to back away? I didn't say I didn't say that. She stared him in the eye. He's a monster. He kills innocent people. He made me kill. I'll never. Technically he didn't, but whatever. I'll never. I'll never back away until you have your ledger, and Prowland can't use it to kill any longer. I won't back away until Prowland is dead. She smiled bitterly. So I guess you have what you've always wanted, Mandig. It appears that I have, he said harshly. Lucky me. Not pleased? You can't have it always. The hell I can't. I'm going to do my damnedest. Damnedest. That phrase activates my fight or flight. So true. It's honestly, if we didn't have this little game going on, it would fade into the background. Because if you took a drink every time they said blank twisted their lips, you would die after maybe a chapter. And that's my phrase. That one is the one that bothers me because it said 10 times more. Moistened her lips has kind of faded away. You know, they've said it less. Maybe we're getting it's more humid in Tanzania. That's so stupid. But maybe. You never know. Maybe that's why. Up to 9, by the way. That's fucking crazy. 9's pretty bad. Okay, anyway. He got to his feet and started back down the path. Come on, we'll go to the commissary and get something to eat. You look as if you're ready to blow away. I have to keep you fit, don't I? I have a few ideas that might help move us along at a faster pace. I'll go over them with you. Then we'll see about getting out of here. She had to almost run to catch up with him. You're suddenly in a great hurry. I've always been in a hurry, but I wanted to do it right. Now I have to take advantage of the fact that you're being so damn accommodating. I can't waste a minute. He looked over his shoulder and his eyes were cold and fierce, and yet something else that could be hurt. Okay, that was weird. After all, it's all I ever wanted. Okay. I can't eat anymore. Allie pushed the plate of chicken away from her. Stop trying to force feed me. She looked around the pristine, clean cafeteria, though both the food and the place are appetizing. Megan's work again. Not only is the staff kept happy, but we get fighters and specialists who use the clinic as a base while they're on their missions. A good hot meal is appreciated by all and sundry. I don't know what that means, but I'll let it slide. You didn't eat as much as I wished, but it will have to do. To keep me fit? She asked sarcastically. Absolutely. Why else? He took a notebook out of his jacket pocket. You need every bit of strength if things don't work out the way I want them to. I think we may have found a way to get you to Praland. He flipped open the cover. Amon Kobu. She stiffened. She had a sudden memory of Kobu's wild, furious face as he ran toward the helicopter. You told me that he was one of the Praland's officers. For God's sake, he was giving the orders to those men. He probably gave the order to kill the priest and Thorn. It's more than likely. And you think that you can use that homicidal bastard? She shook her head emphatically. No way. I can't forget his eyes when he was screaming and running toward us. He looked like a crazy man. He's not too sane. Mandic shrugged. But you can say the same thing about any of the men who work for Praland. They all have a generous amount of sadism in their makeup. Praland chooses them for that very reason. It makes his army feared by the people in the countryside. Besides, they know that they can earn decent money and occasionally get their thrill. Like when Kobu killed Father Elwyn. That's a good example. It's a terrible example. We're talking about Kobu's psychological makeup. I looked up his history with Praland today after I woke from my nap. I already knew quite a bit about him because I dealt with him over the years, but I have to make a judgment, so I went in depth. He met her eyes. Because if I guess wrong, one or both of us will end up dead. She wanted to protest, but Mandic was no fool. He must have reasons. She had to listen to him. So tell me about that maniac. Kobu grew up in Tanzania and was recruited by Praland when he was a boy. He was a bandit by the time he was 12, and did his first kill at 13. He fit right in with Praland's men. He's an efficient soldier most of the time. He obeys orders and rose in the ranks. He likes to think of himself as superior to all of Praland's other officers. He grimaced, which doesn't sit well with Hans Brucker, who cherishes his power as second in command. Brucker is always undercutting Kobu to Praland. He paused. And that may be our wild card. What do you mean? Praland isn't tolerant of fools or inefficiency. With Brucker constantly rubbing salt in the wounds, Praland has probably been making Kobu feel very insecure. He tilted his head. Remember that you said Kobu looked desperate when he was chasing us? It was your first impression of him. Desperation. Of course, he was losing. We were getting away. Praland wants my head. I'm very high on his hit list. He's been dreaming about getting his hands on me for years. He lightly tapped her chest. Don't fucking touch me there. Excuse me. She's a girl, dude. You can't be doing that. I'm gonna do a second one for, don't touch me. Please, thank you. And Kamano had to have told him that you'd be a threat to him. I'm sure Kobu had orders to bring us to him for fun and games. Like Simon. Oh, much worse than Simon. I humiliated Praland, and that was an unthinkable sin. He smiled. And that leaves Kobu in a terrible position. Praland will be bringing him back to the palace for punishment. Kobu has been a participant at way too many of Praland's torture sessions, and he has to know what to expect. He nodded at his phone. I just checked with one of Renata's agents assigned to watch Kobu, and he's been frantically questioning villagers and trying to track down any of the Divana's agents who might be forced to talk. He's been trying to find out the registration number on the helicopter. Praland evidently is allowing him enough rope to hang himself, but that won't last long. We've got to move fast. And do what? She asked warily. Why, we've got to go rescue Kobu. We can't let him be savaged when he can be so helpful to us. No way, she said flatly. Bitterness, he nodded. I'm bitter too, but I prefer to make Kobu work his fanny off for us. Fanny? Just say ass. It's not a crime. They can't arrest you for it. So what is your problem? Whatever. Anyway, we can do words that. True. Exactly. Anyway. Okay. He smiled brilliantly. And kill him later. And how do you intend to do that? You need to be within 30 feet of Praland to be able to have a chance at reading his memories. Not an easy thing to arrange without getting yourself killed. I can see the problem. Y'all have sworn on the book. Y'all have killed. No, yeah. I. I'm flabbergasted personally, but whatever. We need someone who knows the palace and the areas where Praland can be found with a degree of privacy. I'm familiar with the general layout of the place, but not Praland's most frequent haunts. But Kobo is both a sneaky son of a bitch and is familiar with Praland, the palace, and the gate codes. And we're supposed to be able to persuade him to guide me to Praland? He nodded. Not we. That's really my job. You told me that all I had to do was give you access to Praland, he added, so I do the prep work and then let you handle the rest. How simple. She looked down at the notebook. What kind of prep work? I go to Kobu's camp tonight and we have a little chat. Then he agrees to do anything I want him to do. She gazed at him in disbelief. You're going into his camp alone? His men will tear you apart. Not if I handle the situation right. I don't believe I'll have a problem getting into Kobu's tent. After that, it's just a question of overcoming mental resistance. What do you mean? It's what I do. It's part of my particular talent. He lifted one shoulder in a half shrug. Sometimes, if I choose, I can go into a mind and scan character traits and personal feelings that make up a subject's personality. Then I can bend and whittle at those traits to mold them to the way I want them to go. What the fuck? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. What? She stared at him in horror. Is that what you did to me when you were supposedly helping me get rid of those memories blocking me? No, hell no, he said with no ass, though. He said with emphasis, I knew you'd jump in that direction. I said, if I choose. I did exactly what I told you I was doing. I eased the ugliness and pain and made it break and release. I did not interfere in any other way. I'm not even sure I could have changed anything in that mind of yours if I tried. Your personality is very strong. He said, okay. He stared her in the eye. Okay. I don't like stared her in the eye. It sounds bad. And even if the opportunity was there, I would never do that. Not to you. Not ever. She believed him. She couldn't take her eyes away from him. She felt chained, held. The singular eye. Just one. She couldn't take her eyes. She has two eyes. He only has one. Everyone knows this. She felt chained, held. In all the years she had known Mandic, she had never seen him this intense, this sincere. And you weren't tempted to try? He shook his head. I have a code. I stick to it. God knows, it took me a lot of mistakes to develop it. When I was experimenting when I was a wild kid. Very bad sentence. It was a heady power to have. It was heady? Heady? I don't know. I'll say heady. Yeah, that's what I went with first. To have. It was like being a surgeon or a sculptor. Or a Frankenstein. He inclined his head. There are elements of that too, but we're not in the family we're able to use me in that way every now and then. It can be tremendously valuable to influence and change the way bad guys look at any given subject. I could even sometimes turn them against each other. They sent me after some very bad scum. Why not? Those minds were pure filth, and who cared? Anything I did could only make them better. He grimaced, but it wasn't making me any better. I was beginning to like the power too much. I didn't like the man I was turning into. I told Renata that something had to change, and she immediately cut out those missions. He nodded. Good guess. No guess. She cares about you. Anyone can see she's protective. She'd want you to stop if it was going to hurt you in any way. But she knew she had to keep me busy, so she found something else for me to do that would give me enough of a challenge and still be useful. His lips twisted. When I was twice in the same sentence, yeah, I just, it was bad. Because if it had been when I was experiencing, comma, when I was a wild kid, comma, because then it would have been when I was experimenting, comma, wait, when I was experimenting, when I was a wild kid, like we're like pausing, like you're saying more than one thing, but this is all one chunk. It's awful. Anyway, yuck. His lips twisted and might possibly let me keep my soul intact. A searcher. Yes, it was a noble and worthwhile job, and not as boring as I thought it would be. Renato was smart enough to throw in an occasional violent and bloody mission against Pralin and his men that was pure pleasure. I don't like how violent we are. Like we're pretending we're the good guys, but we're doing like nasty things in this like the ends justify the means type shit. I don't like it. uh He smiled. So you see, I'm fully qualified to go after Kobu in that way. I don't know any such thing. All I know is that you're looking forward to being Frankenstein again. He chuckled. I admit that it will be intriguing. Bullshit. How do you know it will work? You said that you weren't sure it will work with me. Kobu has a very simple mind. I'll do a little fine tuning, then intimidate him enough to give me a chance to influence him. Can you do that? Is it a sure thing? I told you I'm very good, and Kobu has no block. You're not answering me. I have an excellent chance. Then damn it, have Renata get someone who is a sure thing. You told me that you have whiz bang people. What? They have what? Whiz bang people? What the fuck does that mean? I I'm so mad. But in the Devanas family, who can read minds and do all kinds of crap. You don't have to risk your life doing this. But those whiz bang people can't do what I do. They can't reshape Kobu and make it stick so that you'll be safe as safe as I can make it for you. They don't have the same qualifications in military and special forces skill. They don't have my knowledge of Pralin's palace and the surrounding countryside. I know that area like the back of my hand. He smiled. And they have no bond with you, Allie. I can feel you, sense you from several yards away. Several hundred yards away. Excuse me. Crap but no ass. I don't know. That whiz bang but no ass. That's what I'm thinking. Personally. That bond could make the difference. Not enough. She gazed at him helplessly. And I thought Kobu was crazy. He is. That's why I have to appeal to his self-preservation instead of his good sense. He was going to do it. Allie felt a chill run down her spine. She was staring at him, seeing the strength, the vital aliveness of him. Life was so fragile. All of those lives who would not live to see another day. Wait, what? All those lives that had been taken. I skipped a line. I am having a very tough time reading today, and I don't know what's going on, but it's embarrassing the fuck out of me, and it's kind of making me a little mad. I don't know what's wrong, but I'm doing horrible. Whatever, we're finishing it. All those lives that had been taken yesterday, none of those people had thought they would not live to see another day. Panic was suddenly racing through her. Don't do this. It's an opportunity, Allie. Loki, I hope he dies in the end. He said quietly, if we work it right, it could be safer than any other way to get to Praland. If you can even survive Kobu, she said unsteadily. You said he's an expert killer. You know the minute he sees you, he's going to try and capture you and turn you over to Praland. Nothing else would make sense. I'll try to give him an offer that he can't refuse. He flipped the notebook closed. You may not have much trust in me, but I think you should know that I'm capable of defending myself against a scumbag like Kobu. Her hand reached out and grasped his wrist. Find another way. He looked down at her hand. You have a strong grip. There's so much about you that's strong. And I feel your heart beating in your palm. That's strong too. Okay. Cursive shitty book. That must be it. That's gotta be why. And we really have to finish fast because the angle my camera is at unplugged it and normally it's plugged in. Um to charge while we're streaming. It only has a camera battery life of 2 hours and we stream for 3. So maybe it's more. Maybe it's more. No, we have about an hour and a half. We have about an hour and a half left. Help. Okay, anyway. I'll probably have to plug it in at some point. I'll finagle it when we get on when we go to ad. Where were we? He was also strong. The corded muscles, the veins of his wrists. She was once again aware of that warmth and vitality, and she didn't want to let him go. She wanted to keep on touching him, keep him with her, keep him alive. Stop avoiding the subject. I'm not avoiding it. I'm just pointing out that I love the strength in you. That strength in you, excuse me. He lifted her hand to his lips. I helped create that. Don't take credit. I'll fucking kill you. I helped create that strength, but I'm not going to step aside and let you have everything your own way. He let go of her hand and stood up. And now it's time we got going. I don't like we got going, but I'll let it slide, because it's fine. I want to be at Kobo's camp by nightfall. We'll take the helicopter, but we have to leave it some miles away, so that we won't be heard from Kobo's camp. She looked at him in helpless frustration and anger. Oh, you're allowing me to go with you. How kind. I've arranged to have one of Renata's agents take care of you outside the encampment area while I deal with Kobu. He smiled. I'm sure you'll get along with him. I don't want a babysitter. Let me go with you. We're supposed to be doing this together. We are. He moved it toward the door. As far as I can let it happen that way. How do you think I'll feel when I have to watch you go into that palace by yourself? Remember when I set up your karate lessons? I told you that there would be some times I couldn't be with you. That should have been, remember when I set up your karate lessons? ? I told you that there would be some times that I couldn't be with you, but whatever. It's fine. And she felt terribly alone at the thought that he wasn't going to be there. She felt the same way now, but not about her danger. Too many deaths, and he could die too, tonight, tomorrow, next week, if she didn't reach out to him, if she didn't stop him. But it shouldn't be like this. She moved after him out of the door of the commissary. You're being foolish, and you're being emotional, he said softly, but I like that far better than the way you were when I first saw you today. You were an ice woman. I don't like that. Please stop describing her. It's pissing me off. Anything you have to say about her is gross and wrong, and I don't like it. You're annoying me. Stop talking. Okay, anyway. I'm not used to that in you. You're all firecrackers and Roman candles. Now I'm watching the ice begin to break up. I'm glad it was only temporary. That bodes well for the future. If you have a future, which you won't if you do stupid things like going after Kobu. I stand corrected. He slanted her a glance. What the fuck? Okay. As he moved toward the helicopter. Then we might have to live for the moment and not the future. I've been thinking on those lines anyway lately. What? Anyway lately is bad. That one's lately anyway. That one's like the other one I complained about that I fucked up. This one I said properly and it's wrong. Jail. Okay, anyway. Like, that's an editor moment for sure. Okay. The sun was setting when Mandic set down the helicopter. he set down the helicopter. Like, landed? Landed the helicopter? Oh my god. Writing! We are so good at it! Mantic set down the helicopter on a plateau bordered by lush jungle. Right on time. He jumped out of the pilot's seat and ran around to her open door. We should reach Kobu's camp in an hour by jeep. Then you can drop me off and go a safe distance away and... What jeep? She interrupted. The one coming up the road. Don't you hear it? He's a bit late. He took her arm and nudged her across the plateau and into the forest. Would I make you walk all those miles? You'd make them very unpleasant for me, particularly since you're not good company at the moment anyway. You've scarcely said a word since we left the clinic. Because I had nothing to say, she said through her teeth. Because you shouldn't do this. It's an insane risk. Let's think of another way to. She stopped as she saw the headlights of the Jeep he'd spoken about spear the darkness as it pulled around the curve up ahead. You're late, Mandic called to the driver. I should have known. I told Renata to send someone reliable. I am reliable. If they fucking kill Sean Donovan, which I in my brain read Sean Shovel, because it ends in vul, so that's shovel to me. I know that's not how it works, but it's giving shovel. Naval would make more sense, but shovel is what I have in my brain. So Sean Shovel, if you fucking kill Sean Shovel, I'm putting the book down. That's not true. We have so little book left. The book will not be put down, but I'll be really upset. You'll get at least 2 cringes if he dies. And it's not looking good so far. He is back, which means what the hell? Chekhov's character. No, not Chekhov. Yeah, a little bit Chekhov's character. Which means they have to serve some purpose, and the purpose is to die. Whatever. Only 5 minutes late, he said indignantly. I had to dodge some of Pralin's men, and I'm not accustomed to these crummy roads. To think I gave up Monte Carlo to face this barbarian country. Okay, we probably shouldn't say that. About an African nation. But okay. Sure. Let's say some racist shit. That's fine. He mournfully shook his head. And no gratitude. He turned to Allie and smiled. Hi, how are you doing? Normal. Most normal sentence in the book. What the fuck? Yeah, it was pretty cool. All the characters had to have some red flag in one form or another, and Sean's is racism. Happy for him. He asked gently. Renata tells me that you've had it rough lately. Okay, the roughness started when we met you, but I'm gonna be on, but whatever. She nodded, and it's not getting any better. She got into the passenger seat of the Jeep. Mandic is being an idiot. Sean gave a low whistle. Harsh. True, she said. She glanced at Mandic, who climbed into the rear seat. You know his brilliant plan? He nodded. Renata told me. I've seen him pull off worse. He pressed the accelerator. Pressed? Okay. Stepped on. Whatever. Then the Jeep jumped forward. She also said he'd requested help to take care of you and get you out if necessary. I volunteered. You're a gambler. I thought you were on your way to Monte Carlo. Which he mentioned already, but whatever. Which would be much better for all concerned, Mandic said. Sean ignored him and said to Allie, I told you I jumped in on occasionally on family business when I was needed. This appeared to be a situation where I was needed. Mandic seemed to be calling me. Mandic grunted. Don't be rude, Sean grinned. Renata wouldn't have sent me if she hadn't known I'd come through for you. And you know it too. I've been on missions with you before. He turned to Allie. We'll drop Mandic off to do his excruciatingly boring tasks, and I'll take you up to the mountain to a cave from which Renata's agent has been spying on Kobu. We'll have to find a way to amuse ourselves. Do you play poker? Yes. She experienced a sharp pang as she remembered that last night by the fire. Playing with Lee and Natalie. I'm terrible at it. Good. I have no objection to dealing out humiliating defeats. That's really funny. Nothing but respect. Anyway. I don't think so, she said. Whatever. He paused before saying quietly, I'm sorry that the Wahlberg service was such a disaster. The killings were a disaster. The priest. It was ugly and horrible, she said unevenly. But the service itself wasn't a disaster. We got Lee and Natalie home to their son. I won't let myself think that Prowland ruined that for them. That was the only victory we could take away. Her hands clenched. But we can't let Prowland have any other victories. She glanced at Mandic. He can't have you, Mandic. I won't have it. Neither will I, Mandic said, but I'm glad you're so passionate about it. Passionate. Yes, she guessed this was how she felt. If passion meant intensity verging on desperation, if passion meant anger, if passion meant the fear she might have to live without Mandic. We don't like him that much. Can you name one redeeming quality about this guy? I fucking can't. So, write back to me when you think of one, because I don't know why we're fighting so hard for him to live. The one of the better characters in the book, one of the more bearable ones, is about to die. So I'm kind of not sure I care. But whatever. But she could see that he wasn't going to pay attention to her. She'd have to knock him out and tie him up. Lord, and she was tempted to do it. Why should I care? She said fiercely. You're an idiot. I believe you called me that before. Because it's true. She drew a deep breath. Don't speak to him. She was becoming too upset. Just sit here and think of a way to avoid the inevitable. Be silent. Think. 45 minutes later, they arrived. That's really funny. 45 minutes later, they arrived at the edge of the forest where Kobu had set up camp. It will take you another 15 minutes to hike to the camp itself, Mandic, Sean said as he turned off the engine. I'll take Allie up the mountain, and you call me when you want us to pick you up. Be safe. Mandic nodded as he got out of the jeep. Take care of her. You let anything happen to Allie, I'll come after you. If Kobu doesn't cut your throat, Allie said coldly, that would seriously get in the way. It's really funny. He gave a mock shiver. The ice is back. I think I'll better get about my business so that I can prove that I know what I'm doing. It may be my only safety net. He turned and moved away from the jeep. I'll see you soon, Allie. The next instant, he disappeared into the trees. She felt instant panic. He was gone. She should have stopped him. Or if she couldn't stop him, she shouldn't have let him go. Shouldn't have let him go like that. She had been cold and sharp. Life was too short. Just because she was angry and afraid was no reason to risk eternal regret if he didn't come back. Eternal? Where had that come from? She wondered, shocked. Okay. And he might not come back. The panic was growing. She wanted to run after him and tell him all the things that were sealed inside her, all the words she couldn't admit, speak even to herself. She wouldn't admit, speak, even. What? That was bad. You're going to jail. Allie? Sean was looking at her. He'll be fine. He's a tough bastard. We have to get moving, okay? No, it's not okay. She jumped out of the jeep. Okay. She jumped out of the jeep and strode toward the forest. It's not at all okay. Oh, shit. He jumped out of the jeep and ran after her. This is not cool, Allie. You cause a ruckus and you could get Mandic killed. Don't be ridiculous. She moved into the trees. Do you think I'd do anything that stupid? I'm not going to burst into that camp and spoil whatever plan Mandic is trying to pull off, even if it is insane. She stared fiercely at him. But I'm not going to be taken up to some mountain and be coddled until it's safe for me to come down and play. You know where Kobu's camp is located? Yes, he said wearily. Then take me there. I want to be within striking distance if I'm needed. That's exactly what Mandic didn't want. He ignored everything I wanted. He can't have everything his own way. I told him that I wouldn't have... I told him that I wouldn't have let him... Huh? Oh, wow, okay. I told him that I wouldn't let them have him. She drew a deep breath. Now you take me to a place close enough to Kobu so that I can see if Mandic needs me. If you don't, I'll go by myself. He muttered a curse. Okay, but you let me go ahead and check out the sentries. I don't want to stumble over one of them and rouse the camp. Be my guest. Her brows rose. That didn't sound like a man who spends his nights in casinos. I told you that Renata wouldn't have sent me unless she could trust me. I asked Mandic to train me during one of my weaker moments, when I was all sentimental about the family. He glided ahead of her. Stay here. 5 minutes. She stopped listening. She could hear voices somewhere ahead, not close. Night sounds. Night sounds. Very descriptive. Birds. Crickets. She could feel her palms perspirating. Was Mandic already in the camp? Come on, Sean whispered. Quiet. See, I wholeheartedly believe that he is going to die because she didn't, let it happen. She didn't, let Mandic go. So now Sean is going to die. And then she's gonna have a fucking complex about it. And it's gonna be really fucking annoying. Anyway, she hadn't even heard him return. Evidently, Mandic had trained him well. She faded into step behind him. The sounds of voices were closer. She could see the glare of a campfire in the distance. The heart of bedrolls. She could see the glare of a campfire in the distance. Bedrolls. One camouflaged tent at the edge of the clearing. Is this close enough? Sean whispered. She shook her head. He grimaced and started forward again. No, closer, he said firmly a few minutes later. They were about no closer, he said firmly about a few minutes later. They were about 40 feet from Kobu's tent. For God's sake, we're right on top of him. He fell to the ground beside a huge tree and pulled her down with him. And Mandic is going to murder me. Hush. Her gaze was searching the surrounding shrubs and trees. Where was Mandic? He had to be somewhere close. He had started out before she had dragged Sean into the woods. The bonding. Mandic said he could locate her within a few hundred yards because of the bonding. Shouldn't it work the same for her? She had never tried to concentrate on locating Mandic. For most of those 7 years, she had wanted to push him aside, to be her own person. So do it now. Concentrate. She shut her eyes. The closeness, the bonding, the feeling of being one. Oh my god. See, Sean also bonded with him. You can't make the bonding thing sound romantic if you're going to have a male character bond with another male character. Because then it's gay. You heard it from me first. Anyway. Mandic! She couldn't see him. He was on the other side of the tent. But she could feel him. He was sliding forward, moving toward the tent, a knife in his hand. He was going to slit the canvas and slide inside. But did Kobu know he was there? Could he hear him? She could feel her heart beat harder at the thought. Try to find out. She started crawling forward. Sean was crawling frantically after her. No, he mouthed. She ignored him. 30 feet. She had to be at least within 30 feet. She stopped and drew a deep breath. Mandic was very close to the tent now. Kobu. If he was thinking an alert, it might mean he was aware of Mandic's presence. She wouldn't be able to read him, but she'd know that he wasn't thinking. The tunnel was dark and smooth, whisking her inside. Tiger. He was thinking about a tiger, remembering how he'd felt when Prowland had been taunting him. Son of a bitch, Prowland. He'd throw me to that tiger and laugh. Throw me with that little whore and let him eat both of us. Have to get Mandic and the woman. Throw them to the tiger instead. All Mandic's fault, like the time he'd taken the children and made Kobu look foolish in front of Prowland. Kill the bastard. Kill the bastard. He should have done it then. And tunnel closed. Tunnel closed. Fear. Death. Mandic. This is bad. Allie's body stiffened, her spine arching with shock. She couldn't breathe. Mandic was in that tent with Kobu, and Kobu was afraid for his life. I have to run an ad, so I'm gonna mess with my camera and also refill my water bottle. So I will be right back. Everybody sit tight during the ad. Oops. Okay. Anyway, back into it. Oh wait, I forgot to mess with my camera. I'll do that right now. I was very focused on doggy dinner. Hi, bud. No, that's okay. I saw it like as I was leaving. Honestly, even if you hadn't said it, there's a distinct possibility I was gonna forget to mess with the camera anyway. Sorry. Turn it up. I'm being picked up. That's on you now. There we go. Okay. Okay. I just have to pull it out a little further. There we go. Cord's a little bit in the frame, that's alright. Okay. You're very far away, so you're fine. I don't remember what I said. Doesn't really matter. Camera's being charged now. So we're good. And Bug is actually eating her dinner. I must have made it really good. Anyway, okay. Whew. This is where we were. There we go. Yeah, it's just about Bugner. Oh. Well, she's eating it, so. Anyway. Be very still. Mandic's knife pressed deep enough to bring blood to Kobu's throat. I get nervous when I'm surrounded by scum, and you wouldn't want my hand to shake. Bastard. Kobu was breathing hard. I'll kill you. You're not in a position to hurl threats around. I'm very angry about what you did at Talboa. You need to be quiet and let me try to save your life. Thank you. That's really funny. Anyway, no. Well, maybe. I'd have to think about it. But I do know you have a certain natural cunning that might save your life. Wait, save my life? Do you think I've totally skipped a full sentence? I am sorry, I'm so bad at reading. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm very upset by it, though. I'm not usually this bad. Please forgive me. No, well, maybe. I'd have to think about it. But I do know you have a certain natural cunning that might save your life. But I have to make sure that you'll be trustworthy, he said. Now we're going to sit here and I'm going to find out. Filthy freak. Don't you touch me. Mandic made a clucking noise. Don't be rude. He drew a little more blood. And I have no desire to touch you, particularly in that sewer of a brain, but I've no choice. He dove deep and clean. That was the only thing. That was the only thing that was the only thing clean, he thought as he sorted out Kobu's thinking processes. He reacted to the usual stimulus, no particular ogre of whom he was afraid. Praland came close, but Kobu was so arrogant he thought he could find a way to beat Praland and grow in his army. That was something he'd have to change. He spent a few minutes altering that arrogance and creating a terrifying conviction that Praland would destroy him if he didn't run. He also had a hatred of Mandic because of past humiliations. Leave the dislike, eliminate the hatred. Add the belief that Mandic was often right. Add the belief. Did I say that? I don't even remember. Kobu's ambitions were aimed solely on a local level and gaining favor with Praland, give him a desire to spread his wings and maybe join up with a terrorist group in Iran. Anything else? He had a basic hatred of women. That was dangerous for Ali. He couldn't change a deep-seated prejudice without more time, but he could temper it. He could make Kobu have a contempt that would make him wish to demonstrate his superiority. Ali could play on that characteristic. Enough? Enough. In this short time, Mandic wouldn't be able to do a permanent fix, but it should last a week, possibly a month, and that should give them time to use Kobu to the fullest extent. Now to bring him back around and start the manipulation. Kobu opened his eyes. You son of a bitch. What did you do to me? Dislike, not hatred. Good. He smiled. I just did a little exploratory investigation. I told you, I have to make sure I can trust you. You don't feel any different, do you? He frowned. No. Of course you don't. Now listen to me. I'm here to do us both a favor. That's crap. No, I could have sliced your throat. I could still do that. He took the knife away from Kobu's throat. But you have a better chance with me than you do with Prolland. He doesn't like failures. Has he been a little threatening? Stark fear. Panic. Kobu moistened his lips. We're moving up into the double digits. Hi, Miss Bug. Did you do a good job? Did you eat your dinner? Good dinner? What's this? Sorry, cat. Sorry, I got really distracted. Kobu moistened his lips. Maybe. I thought so. Bruker wants you out. You're a dead man, Kobu. Not if I bring Prolland your head, Kobu said viciously. But you won't be able to do that. You've tried before. He smiled. And what if you somehow manage to kill me? You're still walking a tightrope. The next time you fail, Prolland would be your last. He paused. Think about another scenario. The Devanas family deposits a hefty sum in your bank account, and you go off to some other organization that will appreciate you. A flicker of interest crossed his face. Money? Iran has use for men of your experience. I'm sure you've thought about it. Yes, he said slowly. The implants were working with slick precision, Mandic thought. You could rise to the top in a place where you weren't being smothered by Bruker. In a year, you might have a palace like Pralin's. This is all lies and bullshit. But that wasn't what he was thinking. Kobu was seeing himself with the power and the riches. Yes, it would take a considerable time to seal the deal, but he was on his way. Persuasion, bribery, a minimum of threats, making the desirable seem absolutely possible. Go another step. You know about Prowlin's operation, and with the right backing, you might be able to walk in and take over. Have you thought of that? He watched the excitement begin to stir. You want the world, Kobu? He asked softly. I can give it to you. Let me tell you how I'm going to do it. Why hasn't he come out of there? Allie's hands clenched so hard her nails bit into her palms. It's been over an hour. Maybe I should. No, Sean whispered. Do nothing, Allie, or so help me, I'll knock you out and carry you back to the Jeep. You said you weren't going to take any action unless necessary. But that was before she'd had to lie here in the grass for an hour with her nerves stretched to the breaking point. Easy. There hadn't been any noise. Surely that was a good sign. How the hell did she know that was a good sign? Kobu could have stabbed Mandic and was watching him bleed to death. Not likely. Calm down. Mandic was smart, and he thought he knew what he was doing. She was praying he was right. Damn it, she should have forced him to let her go with him. This was tearing her apart, and she couldn't bear it one more. The bonding. He was moving. He was out of the tent and moving into the forest. Out, she nudged Sean, then started wriggling backward until they reached the thicker trees. Then she jumped to her feet and started running the direction where they'd left the Jeep. They moved at top speed until they were almost halfway to the road. She stopped. Wait. She listened. No sound from the camp behind them. No alert from Kobu from his tent. Good? Bad? She didn't care what Mandic had left behind him in that tent. He was out of there. He was alive. That was all that mattered. Mandic's supposed to call you Sean, but he probably won't do it until he's away from the camp. Why should I call him? Mandic. Lamau. Mandic was suddenly beside them, and his voice had a distinct edge. When the two of you were practically on top of me, I was too busy with Kobu to sense Allie was close while I was in the tent, but it hit me in the face when I left him. I may break your neck, Sean. Go ahead, he sighed. I expected it. But I might point out that she's not very malleable, and since you're the one who had control of her for all these years, it's more your fault than mine. Let's get out of here before you start arguing, Allie said. She glanced back over her shoulder, just the glare of the campfire. Still no movement. It's very quiet. Either what you did worked, or you killed him or tied him up. I didn't kill him. I didn't tie him up. We'll see if it worked. He could still turn his men loose to hunt us down. If he doesn't, we have a chance that I managed to pull it off. He grabbed Allie's wrist and was running toward the Jeep. There's always a possibility of a backlash, though I do believe I got him. He nudged Allie toward the back seat. Keep low. He jumped to the passenger seat. Get us out of here, Sean. Where am I supposed to go? Where you should have gone to begin with, he said grimly. That cave in the mountains. I gave Kobu his options. Now I have to keep an eye on what Kobu is going to do in the next day or so. The cave was only 7 to 8 miles up the winding road of the mountain. They reached it within an hour. I fucking hope so. 8 miles is not that bad. In a car. But whatever. Allie got out of the Jeep and walked to the edge of the cliff to look down at the jungle below. Still no sign of activity in the camp. This was a good spot to spy on Kobu's men. I can see Kobu's campfire from here. You could see it a lot closer where you decided to perch next to Kobu's tent, Mandik said curtly. He took her duffel out of the Jeep. You were almost on his lap. Uh-oh. Sean looked from Mandik to Allie, then moved toward the cave. I think I'll get out of the line of fire and build a fire of our own inside. By all means, Mandik said. Maybe you'll do that right. He was still angry. He hadn't spoken more than the bare minimum since they'd left Kobu's camp. She turned to look at him. Even in the dim moonlight, she could see the tautness of his jaw. Too bad. She was angry, too. I wasn't as close to Kobu as you were, she said defiantly. And then you blame me for not going meekly up the mountain and letting you do whatever you wanted to do. Yes, I do. His eyes were glittering. Because it's important you stay alive. I set it up so that you wouldn't be at risk. Because Renata and your Precious family say that I have to be protected, so I'm able to give my all for your ledger. That's hogwash. He was suddenly next to her, gripping her shoulders. Renata and the family have nothing to do with it. I won't let you. His lips were covering hers. Hot. He lifted them. Then his lips were on the side of her throat. Whoa, man. Whoa. This is what it's all about. Maybe it should be because of the family, but it's not. His tongue was in the hollow of her throat. It's you, damn it. I think it's always been you. Always, you say? Well, that's gonna be an issue. I'm just saying. Headphones, don't give up on me. Please, headphones. This is where take him away. It's take him away. Okay, anyway. She couldn't breathe. The muscles of her stomach were tightening. Her breasts hardening. So that was fucking crazy. Yeah, is about correct. You got it with that one, I'm afraid. But anyway. What was happening to her? She wanted to flow into him, melt into him. That's okay. That's basically the same thing twice. Where did Sean go? He left to build a fire. I miss him so much, and it's been like 4 sentences. Oh god. She was panting as she looked up at him. No, it was more of a gasp than a word. Not true. The hell it's not. His hands were tangled in her hair. Everything else may be screwed up and crazy, but that's crystal clear. That's clear as crystal to me. Well, it's not clear to me. She tried to back away, but immediately wanted to go back to him. Nothing about the way we are together is clear. It's probably about that damn bonding, or the way you... I've never wanted to go to bed with anyone I've bonded with before. Okay, so we've been intimate in ways that couples seldom reach. But that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with it. It doesn't mean there's anything right. There's only one way to find out. His tongue moved delicately across her lips. He moistened her lips. Aww. Aww. They're moving up in the world. No one liked that one, but that's okay. I gotta get out of it. Okay, anyway. You wouldn't be sorry, Allie. I'd make it good for you. Her lips were tingling, throbbing at that touch of his tongue. Her hair held taut in his fingers was straight. like up in the corner. It's so funny. Okay, anyway. Everything about him was erotic, she thought dazedly. His touch, the musk lemon smell of him. The bug, can you not do that in my bed, please? Like, somewhere else, maybe? Okay. Uh, the heat, the hardness. All so familiar and yet dizzyingly exotic and different. She could feel her breasts firm swell, push against him. Oh my god, what the fuck? Yuck. Yuck, bro. She wanted to tear open her shirt, put his hands on them, and let his mouth and tongue bite and toy and slap. Whoa. Whoa. Then his hands fell away from her hair as he started to unbutton her shirt. Say yes. His voice was thick. His hands dropped and went to cup her bottom and draw her bottom. Another ass avoidance moment, I fear. But whatever. And draw her closer to him. You want it. I can feel how much you want it. How much I want it. It's always been there burning in the background for us. That's not all that's been between us, she said unsteadily, but right now I'm so confused that I can't tell what's right or wrong for me. I'm right for you. Let me show you how right. His voice was soft, persuasive, sensual. His blue eyes glittered with intensity. I'll come in. Huh? Damn, bro. What the fuck? Okay, I'm skipping. Blah blah blah, nipples, blah blah blah. Wait, what the hell? He stopped. Wait. I might have skipped nothing. Son of a bitch. His eyes flicked open. Damn it to hell. His eyes dropped away from her and he said roughly, Button up your shirt. She stood there unmoving, staring at him in bewilderment. He muttered a curse. His fingers were buttoning her shirt himself. Her nipples were still stinging, exquisitely sensitive as they brushed against the cotton of her. What the okay, thank you for letting me know. Of her shirt. Of the shirt. It's not her shirt anymore, it's just the shirt. Mandic? Give me a minute. He took a step back. His chest was moving back and forth with the harshness of his breathing. I can't believe I'm being this idiotic. It's not as if I'd hurt you. You'd like it, damn it. No, you'd love it. I could make you go crazy. There are the things I can do to you that would make you never want to stop. He paused, and I would use them. I've never wanted a woman in the way I want you, and I just realized that I was going to do anything and everything to get what I wanted. I could see that you were uncertain. Good God, why shouldn't you be? His lips tightened. I wanted you too much to care. Shock. She felt as if she'd been punched in the stomach. How very honest of you. She drew a what the fuck is going on? She drew a shaky breath. But then you changed your mind. I must have I must have some vestige of conscience somewhere. It's amazing considering my track record, he said roughly. After all, I bring you to this country in harm's way. I nearly got you killed at Telboa. I fully intend to let you risk your life at Pralin's palace to get the ledger from me. Why shouldn't I seduce you too? Icing on the cake. Okay, like that was fucking crazy. I so I feel like I'm being like fucking whipped around all over the place. Internet, don't be ass. Challenge easy difficulty. For your internet, it might be impossible. Actually, it looks like it's my internet. Looks like my frames are dropping, so it's not your bad. Looks like it's mine. Oh, damn. Sometimes whatever to did that tool the whole page? I don't blame you, cause it was rough, for sure. It was bad. Like, the whole page. My frames want to stop dropping so fucking bad. Well, I'm gonna keep going, I guess. Okay. There wasn't much seduction connected to it. It had been all heat and sexuality and that powerful magnetism that united them from the beginning. Ugh. I pray that's not fucking true. Okay. Even now, when she had been jarred out of that erotic haze, she was having trouble not wanting to step closer to him, touch him. There would have been seduction there. There would have been seduction. I want to give you everything, Allie. Yes. Bug. Can you be normal? Bug. Thank you. Thank you. The book curse is really spreading. Yeah. I'm becoming ill. Water went down the wrong pipe while I was drinking. Bug. Just lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Good puppy. Anyway. I'd want to give you everything, Allie. Would you? She turned away. She couldn't take any more. You'll forgive me if I don't believe you. I'd be surprised if you did, he said hoarsely. But it's true. Because I'm beginning to think that the reason I stopped was something more complicated than guilt. I can't stand the thought of your being hurt. Not by me. Bullshit. She suddenly whirled on him, her eyes blazing. You flatter yourself. I'm the only one who can hurt me. All that crap about what you've put me through and risking me at the palace, I made the decision, not you. Well, you were kind of severely coerced, but I'll let that slide. If I was going to screw you, that would be screw? Just say fuck, dog. Like, that'd be my decision too. Screw is like... Okay, whatever. Yes, I'm uncertain. I've always been uncertain about you. Lately, I've been thinking that maybe I do have a clue to what makes you tick. She took a step toward him and punched her index finger at his chest. Okay, that was pretty bad. And you're not what I always thought you were, and that's confusing too. But I'm the one who has to work that out in my head. I'm in control of me. I can say yes, I can say no. I won't have you thinking you can stop and start and set that pace. Set the pace. Do you understand, Mandic? He didn't speak for a moment. Then a faint smile touched his lips. Do you know how much I love to see you spark, even when it's against me? He inclined his head. My apologies. What could I have been thinking? Nothing intelligent. Maybe the sexual positions of the Kama Sutra. She turned and strode toward the cave. Now stay out of my way for a while. I spent most of the evening worrying about whether or not you were going to get killed. Then you sprung this on me. It kind of sprung itself, he called after her. You have to admit you were the impetus. How could you not expect me to... Stay out of my way, she repeated. Right, whatever you say. Yeah, sure. She stopped just inside the cave. She was shaking, but she didn't know whether it was from anger or the lingering sexual tension that was still gripping her. You okay? Sean was kneeling beside the small fire and looked up to study her face. You look upset. Mandic must have really been pissed off. It was mutual. She came toward the fire and dropped down across from Sean, and it became complicated. When isn't it complicated with Mandic? He handed her a metal cup containing steaming coffee, but this seemed pretty straightforward for him. It wasn't about having his own way. He was scared. Not Mandic. I've never seen him scared. I have. He stared into the flames. Those 2 days at the apartment when he was trying to keep you from going off the deep end after Lee and Natalie had been killed. He was scared he was going to lose you. Mandic's a pretty cool customer. I didn't expect that reaction from him. He looked up at her. I thought you were only a job to him. So did I, she said dryly. But you didn't see him during those 2 days. He smiled, and I believe you might have changed your opinion lately, or you wouldn't have been so hell-bent on trying to save him tonight. He wasn't being reasonable. Someone had to be there for him. And you were. He finished his coffee, and the rest is history. He poured another cup of coffee and got to his feet. I think I'll go take this cup out to Mandic, and we'll decide who's going to take the first watch. He doesn't appear to be eager to join us. You must have been most discouraging. She didn't answer. Nothing about her early response to Mandic had been discouraging. She could still remember the sensation of searing sensuality when like, where were they? They're like outside when they were about to have sex? Like, were they just like out in the open? I've kind of just realized that because I was kind of confused, like where we were located in all of this. But this seems like it was a literal, honest to God cave, and we were outside of the cave, which is so funny to me. But whatever. uh, she could still remember the sensation of searing sensuality when he had touched her. She felt as if she could still feel it. When the hell would it go away? No? Sean had stopped at the cave opening and his gaze was narrowed on her face. Interesting. The next moment, he was gone. What? Oh. Sean was more shrewd than she had realized, she thought ruefully. Not only in his observation, but in his instincts. She was glad that he was gone. She didn't need those bright, warm eyes trying to decipher what she was feeling. She was having enough trouble trying to figure it out herself. She moved back from the fire, grabbed a blanket, and curled up against the wall of the cave. Try to sleep. Try to forget Mandic. Try to forget the way her body seemed to tingle and sing when he touched her. Sex. It was only sex. Or was it? It hadn't been sex when she had been frantic to get to Mandic in case he needed her. She had felt that she would lose a part of herself if Mandic was taken from her. She had claimed it could be the bonding, but her feeling toward Mandic had always been there from the beginning. Beneath suspicion and fear, there had always been this closeness, this deep-seated wish to be with him. The night he had taken her to live with Lee and Natalie, she had felt a wrenching loneliness that she'd hidden from him. How fucking far was I know? Like, it must be a cave system of sorts, because like whatever it's it's fine. No, it wasn't only sex, but now the sex was here. Oh my god, the sex is right behind you. That's so fucking stupid. That's so fucking dumb. Oh my god. And she would have to contend with it. It was part of her obsession with Mandic. She could no more walk away from it than she could dismiss all the rest of her feelings for him. She was too tired to deal with this right now. I'm not going to think about you any more tonight, Mandic. Concentrate. Block him, the way he had taught her to block those attacking memories. It was much harder because Mandic was not only in her memory, but her body. Ugh, yuck. Yuck. He seemed to possess all of her. Even when she thought she had cast him out and was drifting off to sleep, he insinuated to himself like a persistent melody. I think it's always been you. Mandic was near her, she thought drowsily. She could feel the warmth and substance of him even though he wasn't touching her. Mandic. Shh. He was tucking her blanket closer around her. Go back to sleep. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. She forced her eyes open to look at him. Why wouldn't I be okay? No reason, he smiled, but you've already told me how stupid and unreasonable I am. And you are, sometimes. And you can be pig-headed and stubborn, sometimes. His hand stroked back her hair from her temple. Okay. Again, another, he tucked her hair behind her ear moment. Because this happened earlier, where he said, like, the book said some bullshit, but what they really meant was he tucked her hair behind her ear. It's okay. You can say it how it is. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to invent some new phrase. Okay? You can just say the old one. The old one's fine, so long as you're not using it constantly. Like some phrases. This author has a weird thing for lips, I'm getting the sense. But anyway. I didn't mean to wake you. You told me to give you space, and I thought I had a better chance of checking on you if you were asleep. Did you expect me to be in tears because you were displeased with me? That time is long gone, Mandic. If it ever existed. I hope I never caused you tears. You were such a tough kid. My fucking eyebrow is raised. You can't see it, but it is raised. I thought I did pretty well just to keep up with you. I didn't feel tough. I was always fighting to survive. Survive me? It felt strange lying there, with the fire casting leaping shadows on the stone wall, and telling him things that she had never thought she would tell him. Mate, girl, you're telling him things I didn't think you'd tell him ever all the time. That's like your whole thing. uh Oh, why not? He had been an integral part of her life for years. They had gone through too much together not to be honest with each other. At first, then you became an ally. Even when I knew I had to fight you too, I knew that you were like a big wolfhound who would keep me safe from the rest of the world. Wolfhound? What a comparison. Should I be offended? Whatever, but I like dogs. Wolfhounds are beautiful. They're lean and powerful, and their eyes seem to mesmerize you. She yawned. Though your eyes are blue, not dark. And you need to go back to sleep. He got to his feet. I'm glad that you knew I'd keep you safe, Allie. I've told you that, but I was never sure you believed me. I believed you. Her eyes were closing. Why did you really come in here? You had to know I was all right. He struggled. I was still having problems not wanting to have sex with you. This book is so fucking absurd. Real people would not talk like this to each other. But I guess they are freaks. Their words. I wanted to look at you and try to remember there were a hell of a lot of other facets to what we are together. And did you? Yeah, I remembered. He started to turn away. It may be a fix that will last a little while. She wasn't sure that it would last that long for her, but maybe it would. She wasn't sure at the moment whether she wanted him to make love to her or just hold her and let her feel his strength. Mandik? Yes. Kobu's going to do what you wanted, isn't he? There's no sign that he's on the hunt for you? No sign. Tomorrow I'll wire half the money I promised into his bank account. I'll hold the other half as an automatic deposit until the job's completed. He paused. There could still be a double cross. I don't know how you did it. His memories were so vicious and he hates you. Memories? You went in and scanned him? You didn't tell me. You didn't give me a chance. I thought I'd be able to tell if Kobu was alert and knew you were outside the tent. You avoid scanning like the plague. You hate it. It is a plague to me. And Kobu's memories were every bit as ugly and full of poison as those men my father had me read. Oh my god, it's been so long since we talked about the dad. I miss that guy. But it would have been worse not to do it and be unable to keep something terrible from happening. Oh yeah, remember the mob people and her mom? Me neither. He nodded. Wait, what? Oh. But it would have been worse not to do it and be unable to keep something terrible from happening. He nodded. You've taken a big step tonight. Have I? It doesn't feel like it. I just did what I had to do. She closed her eyes. The tiger. Kobu was afraid of a tiger. He wanted to throw you and me to the tiger. Do you know anything about it? Yes, I'll tell you about it later. Not now. It's the stuff of nightmares. Nightmares. She wanted to tell him that their lives had been nothing else since the night Lee and Natalie had been killed. But Mandik was gone, and she had to try and sleep and not dwell on Kobu and his frantic terror of the tiger. A tiger? A real tiger? Gina smiled. No way! Wait, how did you get his bank account number? I guess, to be fair, he was poking around in his mind. Maybe he knows it. That's so funny. That'd be really funny if he just happens to, like, memorize his fucking bank account number, and that's how he learned it. Oof. Anyway, sorry. A tiger? A real tiger? Gina smiled at Kamano as her gaze traveled around the silk and ivory wall hangings of the palace to the gilt embossed doorway the servant had pointed out to them on the way to showing them to their quarters. I can't believe Prolland has a special fancy chamber where he keeps his pet tiger. How amusing. Though it's in keeping with all of this exotic luxury, isn't it? Prolland must have good taste. She frowned. Or perhaps not. He didn't pay very much attention to me when you introduced us. He's accustomed to using women and not catering to their whims. He glanced at her, then inserted a jab. And his concubines are far younger and more lush than Eugenia. Younger only means less experienced. And that can be the kiss of death in a relationship. Lush is a matter of taste. And I can change any man's taste. She smiled. Isn't that true, Kamano? Have you ever been disappointed? No. Then stop trying to make me unhappy. Her gaze in wandering was wandering over the marble floors, the gold and jewel-studded insets, and the rosewood tables. I like this. It suits my style. If your style is Taj Mahal, he said sourly. But of course it is. What does everyone say when they meet me? I'm queen to your king, my darling. But this is much more grand than what we have at home. Don't get used to it. I've brought you here for one purpose. Prolin wants your daughter just as much as I do. When you find a way to lure her into a trap, then your job is done, and we're on the next plane out. Perhaps. Gina. His hand grasped her wrist. Teresa is more of a threat to me now than she ever was before. You will do it. Of course. She reached up and kissed him. I meant that perhaps we'd stay a while and have a few weeks here. You said that Prowland doesn't like the idea of taking care of difficulties within the U.S. borders. I thought it might be an opportunity for you to give him what he needs, as you did in Flagstaff. He appears to have the funds to make it worth your while. And the funds to make it worth your while? He asked dryly. Don't make the mistake of trying to manipulate Prowland. Only for you, she said. Yeah, sure. Well, if you learned that if I'm happy, I make you happy. And if you're not happy, you try to make my life hell. I don't know why I don't just kick you out. Because you found you need me in all kinds of ways. Why else did you bring me here? Because Prowland offered to supply the trap if I'd bring you to spring it. And a gorgeous trap it is, she murmured. She looked over her shoulder at the gilt door that led to the tiger cage. I saw a movie once where a Roman empress had a pet panther and led him around on an emerald-studded collar. She looked pretty, but she wasn't as pretty as I am. At least I thought how exciting it must be to control a big cat with only a slender leash. The sheer power of it. I can see you getting off on the idea. But a tiger would be much more impressive than a panther. I wonder if Prowland has him trained. Why don't you ask him? He paused at the door of their suite, which the servant had just opened. You could offer to do it yourself. Don't be sarcastic, she smiled faintly. There is always a man available to take the risks if I want something, and I think Prowland might be amused at the idea of my putting his tiger on a leash. It would set me apart from his other women. Other? Kamano repeated softly. Are you thinking of trying to lure Prowland into your web? Forget it, Gina. No woman walks out on me. You're mine until I decide to get rid of you. Why would I want any other man than you? You give me everything I want. I just wanted to impress Prowland so that he'd let me influence him about the deal I mentioned. She sailed past him in the suite. I'm flattered you're still jealous about me after all these years. Jealous? No, just wary. For some reason, I still have a yen for you I can't shake. But I won't be made a fool, Gina. Walk the line or you'll be sorry. Threats? Her brows rose. Did it occur to you that when I'm threatened, I set out to protect myself? It's what they call self-preservation. She went to her suitcase the servant had placed on the luggage rack. Now let's forget all this nonsense. I'm here to do what you and Prowland want me to do. If I manage to amuse myself while I'm here, what's the harm? She smiled. All this fuss because of that silly tiger. He doesn't, and I find it very funny. They're speaking like so candidly with each other. It's like kind of annoying in a way where it's like, okay, that's great, and I'm happy for you guys that you can be so honest with each other. But, like, you're giving the game away. Like, both of you should see through the other one. And so, like, at this point, it's kind of like, Kamano's so dumb that Gina can just say whatever she wants about what she's up to. And it, like, if this book were cool, which it's not, and I know it's not, we the final boss would be Gina, which I think would be really cool. Again, they're not gonna do that, but goddamn would be so awesome. Ah, My condolences. Sorry, I hit the mic really bad. I'm going to turn the fan around because it is hot in here. 2 seconds. Okay. Anyway, good morning, Sean Shovel grinned at Allie as she sat up and pushed aside her blanket. You slept hard. After I came in from my watch and I started making coffee, I thought that I'd wake you, but you didn't stir. I still feel drugged. She shook her head to clear it. I guess it's a delayed reaction. Where's Mandic? Outside. He's been on the phone with the Devanis family bank arranging a transfer to Kobo's account. Breakfast? I have bacon and a couple eggs. Where did you cook that? But whatever. Not right now. She got to her knees and opened her duffel. I feel dirty and I need to brush my teeth. Do you have any water source around here? Take some of that bottled water. There's a small pond about 500 yards down the mountain on the eastern slope. It's not uber clean, but I used it earlier. Beggars can't be choosers. They can, but not when they feel as gritty as I do. Beggars can't be choosers. Yes, they can. No, they can't. I'll fucking kill you. Bug, why don't you just go to bed in your own bed? um. She got to her feet and strode out of the cave. Mandic was standing on the edge of the cliff, still talking on the phone. She moved past him and headed toward. You slept hard, pisses me off so much. We've all been there, though. I've slept hard. She got to her feet and strode out of the cave. Mandic was standing on the edge of the cliff, still talking on the phone. She moved past him and headed toward the east slope. 10 minutes later, she was bending over the pond that Sean had described as not uber clean and washing her face and neck. She had considered immersing herself, then thought better of it. Sean had seriously overestimated the pond in his description. The waters were a thick brownish yellow, and she was worried about what could be swimming beneath them. You didn't tell me where you were going. She looked back to see Mandic standing on the trail watching her. Sean knew, but I didn't, and Sean is a gambler and likes to play the odds. His lips tightened. Tell me, okay? She shrugged. It seemed pretty safe. Sean told me the watches were just precautions. She nodded at her jacket on the ground beside her, and I took my gun, which was good. He came toward her. But you can't go off on your own from now on. It could be dangerous for all of us. Because you felt you had to come after me. She nodded. I can see... I can see that could become a problem. She made a face. I just wanted to get clean. It's not going to happen in this pond. She started to button up her blouse. I brushed my teeth in the bottled water, but I'll just have to comb my hair and tie it up out of my face. We might run across a decent lake or pond on the way to the palace. He picked up her jacket and handed it to her. We'll see what we can do. He paused. But that won't be until tomorrow. I have a couple of things I have to check out before we get on the road. She tensed. What things? I'm having Renata's guys monitor Kobu's calls to make sure that he isn't planning a surprise party with Prowland as the host. That was my first thought, She said, but I don't understand how all that sculpting and stuff works. You said I'd have to trust you, which is damn hard for you. Yes. She looked him in the eye. No, I do trust you, Mandic. He went still. How unusual. I believe that's a breakthrough. Boil the water? You'd think, but alas, here we are. She nodded slowly. It feels like that to me too. I don't know how you pulled it off, but I know you wouldn't let me go with Kobu if you weren't almost certain that I'd survive. Almost is the key word, he said. You will survive. I just have to determine what steps I'm going to have to take to assure that. He turned and started up the trail. I'll call the bank later to see if Kobu has verified that the money has been transferred. That would indicate a healthy greed and an interest in the deal. If he doesn't contact Prowland, then we'll set off for the palace tomorrow morning. He's terrified of Prowland, she added, and that tiger. He's not alone. From the reports I've had, all of Prowland's men are scared of that tiger. Why? You said you'd tell me. He stopped and looked back at her. Prowland keeps his tiger in a huge cage in a luxurious room near the rear of the palace. Outside the cage, there are velvet couches and tables and hookahs and various other amusements. He likes his comforts because he spends a good deal of time there. He paused. You can imagine what the main attraction is. Throw man Dick and the woman to the tiger, she whispered. Kobu was remembering what he'd thought when Prowland was threatening him about the tiger. Prowland punishes his men by putting them in the cage with that tiger, and he invites his officers and anyone he suspects might be less than loyal to watch the show. Not only his men, anyone who displeases him. He keeps the tiger hungry. She shuddered. No wonder Kobu was frightened. It's hard. I can't take that seriously. Like, that's so unbelievably stupid. I hate the tiger. It's so dumb. I'm gonna blow up and die, I think. Oh god, and we really go up to the bitter end. I'm losing steam. I don't know why. I just don't feel like reading this. How does he have signal? Do they have a family member with Wi-Fi bars? That's so fucking funny. I didn't even think about it, honestly. Oh wow, oh, I'm shaking in my boots. It's dumb. I fucking hate the tiger. I can't stand it. Whatever. uh She shuddered. No wonder Koba was frightened. It's hard to fight fear like that. But I was able to use it to lure him away. No one likes the threat hanging over him. You hope. I spent a lot of time reinforcing that part of his adjustment. He said grimly. I got it right, Allie. She nodded. Koba was just so damned determined that the two of us had to be thrown to the tiger. It's not going to happen. She smiled faintly. Do you remember when we were at the lodge all those years ago and you took me to see the gym? You were joking about the you were joking about that legend about the lady having to choose what was behind a particular door. And you said the tiger. He tapped his chest. Was on this side of the door. You do remember. I remember everything that's ever happened between us, Allie. He met her eyes. Every single thing. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't look away from him. Heat, sexuality, and something deeper, stronger, brighter was vibrating in that sudden silence. He nodded jerkily. Yeah, here it is again. Kind of difficult to keep it down. You have no idea. He started to turn away, then whirled back to face her. But here's a little something to distract us both. Renata called early this morning. I was going to wait until I had an additional report before I filled you in on the picture, but I've decided that not telling you was hypocritical after I just told you it was dangerous not to keep me informed. Tell me what? Renata said that the agents she had searching for Kamano and your mother reported that they'd surfaced, briefly. They boarded a private jet out of Kennedy yesterday. Their planned flight listed Rome as their destination. Rome? Yes, but that doesn't mean that's where they ended up. No. She swallowed, and it's an odd coincidence that they left the US so soon after we did. You think that they could be coming here? Or that they're already here? So no worse than a shark tank. Loki, I think I'd prefer the shark tank. Seems cooler to me for some reason. I think I just like sharks. I think they're neat. She was silent. Then Kamano in joining with Prowland to hunt me down. Then Kamano is joining with is joining with Prowland to hunt me down. That's the way I see it. She shook her head. It's crazy, Kamano and Prowland coming together here. I thought it might happen, he said, but then I believe in fate. Do you? I'd think you'd want to mold it to suit yourself. I didn't say that I didn't fight it, just that it exists. And my mother, too? He nodded. Allie was still having trouble picturing Gina here in this wild, savage country. Okay. The idea was bizarre. Rome, Paris, not here. I can see why Kamano would still be on the hunt for me, but why would he bring my mother with him? Why, indeed? He shrugged as he turned away. I want like hell to answer you, but I'm not going to do it. It's time you asked yourself that question. You've been hiding your head in the sand for too long. He moved up the hill and disappeared around a curve in the trail. And she wanted to keep hiding her head, she thought with a panic. Don't look at it and it might go away. Don't look at it and maybe it was all a mistake, and Gina hadn't known what Kamano planned. Don't look at it and her mother might love her. But how long could she turn her eyes away? From the time she was a small child, she had been on the run in one way or another. Or the other. She was no longer that child crying for someone to care about her. She'd been given the gift of Lee and Natalie's love, and she had all the confidence that love had brought with it. Mandic was right. She had to ask herself questions, not only about Gina, but about Lee and Natalie and Mandic, about what was true and false, and what was important to her and where she wanted it to lead her. Lord, it was going to be hard, but somehow she'd do it. If she could just manage to pull her head out of the sand before it smothered her. He's quite beautiful, Prowland. Gina took a sip of her wine, her gaze on the tiger pacing in the huge cage. Does he have a name? No. That would give him importance, Prowland said. He's not a pet, he's a servant. But very exciting. I love that fancy cage. All that gilt trim. I'm sure you like it. Kamano says you prefer the real thing. Prowland's lips twisted. But at the price of gold these days, I'm not about to waste it on a cage for an animal. His gaze traveled over her, lingering on her breasts. Though I might be persuaded to buy you a bubble or two for you, if you prove that you're worth it. He was responding just as she had anticipated he would, she thought. He would not be easy, but he could be had. I have safety boxes full of baubles. She chuckled. You'd have to do better than that, but then I'm sure you could. You're obviously a man who is able to set his own rules. This palace. She got that Bonanza load of affection from them? Oh, man. I forgot about that. Oh, God. Fucking hate her here. Able to set his own rules. This palace, that army that takes your orders. Her gaze went across the room, to where Kamano was sitting on a low couch, sniffing coke. That's really funny. I thought I'd found a man who had that kind of power. These days, Rico's only interested in his damn drugs. And me, of course. I try to tell him that he shouldn't be that complacent, that he should reach out and grab for the same kind of life that you're living. But he doesn't have the guts. She took another sip of wine. Too bad. If I'd heard one of my women talking like that about me, I'd cut her throat. His eyes shifted to the tiger, if there was anything left of her. But you wouldn't have to worry about those bimbos insulting you. They shake when you raise an eyebrow. Don't you get bored with all that bowing and scraping? On occasion. He looked at her. Why did you ask me to bring you in here tonight, Gina? I was curious about the tiger, of course. Liar. You were curious about me. Well, there are similarities, she said. You're definitely king of your jungle. Or is that supposed to be the lion? Why? He repeated. I'm fascinated. I think we could be an unbeatable team. She met his eyes. And you'd find me completely stimulating. You have never met a woman like me. You'd send those stupid concubines packing after a day in my bed. Really? Intriguing. He was interested. Sex always interested men, but she'd never seen colder eyes than Prowland's. She had to offer him something else until she actually had him in bed. And I can be useful to you in any number of ways. Let me prove it. Ask me anything. Oh, I will. Why else are you here? He lifted his wine glass to her. I was thinking that Kamano might have to persuade you to be accommodating where your daughter is concerned, but I can see that it's in my court. Teresa has caused us so much trouble. She has to be made to realize that it can't go on. Now she's worrying you with her nonsense. She smiled into his eyes. I won't let that continue. You want this man dick? I'll see that Teresa tells me where he is as soon as I have a chance to talk to her. Teresa. They call her Allie now. Such an ugly name. Teresa is much prettier. I'm just pointing out that things have changed with your daughter. I was skeptical when Kamano assured me that you were the key to getting me Mandic, but I've had experience with the child-mother relationship when I was interrogating prisoners. I've seen tough men break when I've barely started to put their mothers to torture. I found it very strange. Just to be sure that your influence is still strong enough to give me what I need. Some things never change. She leaned toward him, but not too close. Not too obvious. Just enough so that he could feel her warmth and smell her perfume, she said softly. I promise I'll give you whatever you need, Praland. Allie could feel her muscles tense as she pulled the blanket closer about her. Mandic would be here soon. Sean had left the cave only a few minutes ago to relieve Mandic at watch. Relax. It wasn't as if she had to do this. She could back out. It was her choice. And that would be the wrong choice. No more backing out. No more looking away. Mandic was in the cave. She could see his shadows on the cave wall as he moved silently toward his blankets. He went still. What's wrong? You're drawn as tight as a violin string. That damn bonding. She should have known that he would be able to read her tension. She sat up and threw her blanket to the side. So I'm a little edgy. She moistened her lips. That's 11. I've been waiting for you. Have you? He asked wearily. Why am I so honored? Because you gave me one hell of a day. And I had to tell you that She stopped. Tell me what? He came toward her. What am I to blame for now? What am I to blame for now? A terrible sin, she said haltingly. You made me look at myself and the world around me. It's much more comfortable with my head in the sand. You had a right to want to hide yourself away. You had wounds. I'm sorry you had a bad day. I'm not sorry that I made you examine why you were hiding. He fell to his knees in front of her. Your mother? She nodded jerkily. I know she's not a good person. I want to believe in her, but I'm not blind or stupid. She swallowed to ease the tightness of her throat. I wanted it so badly. I still want it. She was the only one that I loved for so long that I can't seem to stop. I don't want to think she knew about what Kamano was planning. I tried to run away from reading her memories, but sometimes they were just there. I got little glimpses. She shook her head. And I do think that she might have known Mandic, and before Lee and Natalie, I would have wondered if I wasn't worthy of having my own mother love me. He muttered a curse. She held up her hand. No, I know I'm worthy, or Lee and Natalie wouldn't have loved me, so the fault has to lie with her. uh, you're damn right it does. And yet I still hope I'm wrong about her. Isn't that crazy? No, just very human. Oh, I'm definitely human. She took a deep breath. So that's one lie I've been telling myself out of the way. There are more? Since Lee and Natalie died, I've been very bitter. I've been telling myself that revenge was all I had left. It seemed as if the world was filled with ugliness and pain. A good portion of your world was pretty ugly. I couldn't seem to keep it away from you. You tried. It's just something we have to work through. Ugliness and evil exist and have to be fought. We can't lose our humanity doing it. But we can't lose our humanity doing it. She blinked to keep back the tears. Nellie said something like that on the night she died. She said that I knew about ugliness because I'd lived with it. She said that the thing she wanted for me more than anything in the world was for me to live every minute with joy and love. I have to run an ad. So I am going to do that really quick. I will be back shortly. Everybody sit tight during the ad. Okay, I'm back now. I did take a note of where we're at. So it took us 2 hours to get through this. I'm pretty sure I can go faster, cause I don't wanna read this anymore. Thank you, it's good to be back. Like, I'm excited to what the hell was that? Thank you for your hype 5. I just appreciate it as always. That did happen while I was in the bathroom. Didn't keep a good eye on it. That was my bad. Sorry. People keep texting me, and it sucks because I don't want to talk about the things these people want to fucking talk about. Leave me alone! I am so sick to fucking death of school. I am going to blow up. If someone even breathes in my fucking direction and talks about art ed, NAEA, anything, I am going to hurl. And I have had 2 people tonight message me about NAEA separately, likely, you know, in cahoots. But I'm fucking pissed off all the same. Especially because both of them didn't respond to my normal ass messages when I sent them originally. They both got up individually and were like, it's time to talk about NAEA. And didn't respond to either one of the messages that I had sent already. Let's do something else. I know this isn't... I know we have to finish. And I'm sorry. But let's do something else. Let's play Mass Effect. I want to play Mass Effect. And you can't fucking stop me. It's not a crime to play a little video game as a treat. She sits on my camera. I'm cracking open Mass Effect. I don't give a fuck. Okay? We're fixing... No, it's not. I'm doing it right now. Exactly. Games are not crimes. Ooh, but that means I have to put this back. We're fucking in there. We're gonna play a nice video game, and we're gonna ignore all of our text messages. And maybe have a piece of chocolate, should it suit me. Oh, right. So did we just get out of that fuck-ass meeting? I think we did, right? Sorry, I had to change the game. I've got got a lame ass crew right now. Yes. Okay. Anyway, we were heading to we must need to go this way. The mini map on in the corner is a little bit completely useless.
Maybe, but I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
Wait, never mind, it doesn't matter. Oh, elevator moment. Papyrus and Sonic in love. Happy for them. Can we leave? Okay, there we go.
I can't believe the council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they take his word over ours.
Why is it so
So
quiet?
now we just chase leads while this smart Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
She's so funny. To be honest, I don't want to keep going the book either. I want to finish it and I will. It's just... I'm very irritable at the moment. So I feel like doing something fun. Which, like, reading is normally fun. It's just not doing it for me right now. So changing gears is perhaps for the best. No, wait. Fuck, he's in love with Sans. And Papyrus likes Genji. Oh, right. Wait, who's Kenji? Oh, right. Kenji's just some guy you made. Wait, Sonic is in love with Sans? I thought Sans was in love with, Breaking Bad guy. Okay. It is. You clocked it so well. So there's a bank here that has a little thingy, so I'm gonna go look at it, I guess. There's not really any point not doing it. I splurged over the weekend because I won a fellowship award from the state. For, well, I don't know that I'd call it won. The state gave me money. Because I committed to teach in Michigan. So they gave me a bunch of money. And so I got me and both of my siblings Nintendo Switch 2s. So now we all have Switch 2s. So I can play Mario Kart World. And I'm going to on stream soon. Thank you. So really not what I should have used the money for, but that's none of the state's business. I also got Clip Studio Paint EX, so now we can animate like on Clip Studio, which I'm really excited for. I'm gonna I know, I'm so excited. I was thinking about doing an animated art fight piece. I don't know how animated we're thinking, but it'll get me in the groove. And I think that'll be fun. But that'll definitely be a next week venture. And I guess I could animate this one somehow. I'm just not really sure how we would. Because it would be very... I guess we could animate leaves falling off the tree maybe, but I'm not really sure how relevant that would be. But maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's go to the bank.
What's this? What is Earth Clan? Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
You've got me at a disadvantage here.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barla Vaughn. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives at the station, I take notice.
I need your
I
help.
heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you.
You have to show me them immediately. This is a
What's the
weird looking
catch?
dog, isn't he?
There is no
I think we
catch.
get
The
one. Like
Shadow
we get to
Broker
hang
is
out
quite
with one.
upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business until Saren turned on him.
Saren's turned on a lot of people lately.
I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price. Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before
They
he
remind me
leaves
of
the
moles,
academy.
and I like them a lot.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Tell me more about
Oh,
the
shit.
Shadow Broker.
I
Most people
told
think I deal in
myself
finance,
that I wasn't gonna
but my
ask
real
any
currency
dumbass
is
questions that I
knowledge.
didn't actually give a shit
I
about.
trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells
And that was
secrets
just
could
like
topple
I
governments.
double clicked on accident.
Always
I just
giving
wanted to
them
see
the
what
highest
information
bidder.
he had to offer and if I
Yet
actually gave
somehow
a
he
shit
never
about any of it.
seems to
And I
upset the
didn't give a shit
natural
about
balance
this.
of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Personal questions.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
I should go.
Catch you later.
Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, we get to learn about
The
them.
Geth, the Krogan, evolved in a
Oh.
hostile and vicious
Oh wait, never mind. They're the
environment.
Volus.
Until the invention of gunpowder weapons, eaten by predators was still the #1 cause of Krogan fatalities. Afterwards, it was death by gunshot. When the Solarians discovered them, the Krogan were a brutal, primitive species, struggling to survive a self-inflicted nuclear winter. The Solarians culturally uplifted them, teaching them to use and build modern technology, so they could serve as soldiers in the Rachni War. Liberated from the harsh conditions of their homeworld, the quick-breeding Krogan experienced an unprecedented population explosion. They began to colonize nearby worlds, even though these worlds were already inhabited. The Krogan rebellions lasted nearly a century,
Humanity
only
Core?
ending when the Turians unleashed the Genophage, a Solarian-developed bioweapon that crushed all Krogan resistance.
Jesus.
The Genophage makes only 1 in 1,000 pregnancies viable, and today the Krogan are a slowly dying breed. Understandably, the Krogan harbor a grudge against all other species, especially the Turians.
I kind of don't fucking blame them. That was crazy. Okay. Rex is a Krogan. I want to hang out. Okay. I want to speak to Harkin. We'll do that first. Can I, like, track this? Please? No? Okay, Cora's Den. Map. Rapid transit. Oh. I don't know how to get to Cora's Den. That was fucked up. Yeah! Wards access. Tower. Rapid transit. Rapid transit. CSEC. Well, I fucking guess we get there when we get there. Where can I go? Can you take me to Cora's Den or no? Presidium locations. We're going to wards. I don't know where the wards are, but we ball. I want to know how to get downstairs.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Fair enough. I love the elevator news. Alright, where are we? Is Cora's Den anywhere? This feels familiar.
Really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want
This
to
voice sounds familiar.
angry people make mistakes.
Oh, the, news guy?
Something about Fist
I'm not
makes me
sure.
nervous.
But Captain Anderson, when he gets here, you'll be like, oh wow, where have I heard that voice before? Fucking everything. That man was in everything. I swear to God. Okay, what? Flux and ward access. Oh. I guess we'll just walk around for a little bit. I literally don't know where we're going.
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. Maybe I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you've just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the geth on their synthetic asses gets rid of my headaches.
We haven't done that in several days. Excuse me, Mr. Keeper, where the fuck are we? Okay. Markets, med clinic, lower markets, lower wards, Presidium Flux, CSEC Academy, Rapid Transit. What the fuck? Where are we? There's a green man in here. I think I shall visit the green man. What? Oh, never mind. Green man. This must mean it's a store. Oh.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
Shepard views items. I love that. Oh yeah, I want to know how to upgrade things so fucking bad and I can't figure it out. Okay. Buyback. I don't know what buyback is. Bye. Okay, good store, everyone. This place is huge and the map is virtually fucking useless. There's a man we can talk to.
Is that really? Wow! You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
It was like 12, maybe, but thank
Spend
you.
most of my time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
I suppose.
Here you go.
That's so funny.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife...
I have a feeling I'm
so
gonna
impressed.
regret that, but...
I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
What harm could there be in talking to him, with him, if you meet him again? That's so funny. I bet he kills us or some shit. That'll be funny later. Expat. Ah, he's blue. Or purple. I like him.
I don't think you bought this.
Okay.
I don't
Lots of merchants and stuff and things. How are we supposed to know where to go? I don't want to go to the Flux. I don't want to go to the Presidium. We'll go to the lower markets, I guess. Or were we just there? I think we might have just been there. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to pull my gun out on everyone. That was my bad. Wait, where's the elevator? Oh. Corzin! Yes. A gentleman's club in the wards. I'm so good at going places. What the fuck? Why is my gun out? What the hell? Okay, fucking hold your horses. I need a new gun. Yeah, fuck it. Can you guys, like, get undercover, please? Ashley?
Saren's men. Take out those hostiles.
You dumbass. Thank you. Well, you guys did, but very poorly. Is this Cora's Den? Is this where we're going? Chair, sit down. Yes, girl. I love your fit. The assless chaps really make it for me. Anyway. Harkin, here we go. Do you mind if I sit, Harkin?
Hey there, sweetheart.
We're not gonna swip.
For some fun?
Ew.
I gotta say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours.
I am an old lesbian. Please do not talk to
Why
me.
don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside
Okay,
me?
I no longer want to
Have a
sit.
drink. See where this goes.
You're disgusting.
I'd rather drink a cup of acid after chewing on a razor blade.
You trying to hurt my feelings? You gotta do better than that. After 20 years with CSEC, I've been called every name in the book, princess.
I'm looking for a CSEC officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is. You gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Now I
I just need to know where Garrus is.
But it's all related, don't you see? The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you?
I kinda don't care.
It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor. And then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
We won't give that the time of day. My boy looks a bit botched here,
Just tell me where Garrus went.
but it's fine.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office.
His eyes are too close together. He's going bald. His beard is non-committal.
He's going back there.
Pussy shit. Oh, hey, I was literally going to go in there, but I got lost. Okay, I kind of don't care. Bye.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Well, we'll be drinking, please.
I could kill you if I wanted, just so you know. This bar is really funny because you can kind of barely see the girls. He is sitting in, I think, the least optimal spot in the bar, but whatever. None of my business. Oh, he's bouncing. He's busy.
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friends.
Who's Fist?
Who's Fist?
He owns this club, but the customers have to stay out front.
Goodbye.
Oh, I thought it meant I'm going in. I was like, I don't want to go in there, actually. I was just curious about what he was doing here. You know, the other direction probably would have been fast. No, never mind. It was about the same.
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass. Bet he's just messing with our heads.
I loosely believe him, but kind of don't care either way. We needed to go to Fist's office. Very funny. Oh, we need to go back in there. I forgot there was 2 things we needed to do on there. Is there any way to turn the sprint camera shake off? It's fucking ridiculous.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
No worries, Queen. That guy looks so funny. Patron talk. Wait. General Septimus.
Commander. What do you want?
Problems?
What's bothering you, General?
I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
My real name Jump Scare?
Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet.
Don't be a pussy.
Some general. What kind of example are you to your troops?
The troops can kiss my leathery backside. All I wanted was to retire and be with her. Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Enjoy your drink, General.
Yeah, off you go. See you later, kid.
I think we need more charisma points.
Don't waste your time, kid. Run away now while you still can.
You need to start acting like a general if you want to beat this.
I spent all my life acting like a general.
Is he gonna commit suicide if we leave or something?
Those days are over. I'll just be what I am. A tired, lonely, worn-out soldier.
Do you really want to be remembered this way?
No, I'd rather not be remembered at all. But I see your point. So you think it's that easy? To just straighten up and act like a general?
I don't think it could hurt.
Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort.
What?
If she won't have me back.
Finally.
This is no place for someone of your stature, General.
All right, I'll go to her. After I've had a cold shower or 2. Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an L-Corps diplomat out there who believes Shaira gave up his secrets.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
You do it.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this data pad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Shaira and convince the L
I taking it to? And where is he?
His name is Zoltan. He's an Elcor diplomat. He's over in the embassies complaining about Shaira.
Classic.
Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers. Thanks, Commander.
Not gonna lie,
You
this
know,
is soldier shit,
you might
though.
make a good general yourself one day.
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset about a woman.
That's because you don't understand women, Kay.
It's cause he's gay. Anyway. Well, somehow we got that out of the way, even though I kind of felt like we weren't going to be able to, but we certainly pushed through somehow. And again, he was in there doing what soldiers do, so I'm really not sure why we felt so strongly. Oh, it's upstairs. Got it. Ooh, where was I going? I'll talk to Shaira. Let her know that everything's good.
That's right. It was a long time ago, though. I barely remember it. What drew you back to the city? To the console? I don't know exactly. It may sound strange, but I simply felt...
I fixed your shit.
Commander, I recently received a lovely note from Septimus. Thank you for speaking with him.
It was my honor to aid you.
You are too kind, Commander, but I would not expect you to help me out of the kindness of your heart. I also have one more thing to give you, if you are interested.
Very.
I'd be honored.
I offer a gift of words,
Oh.
an affirmation of who you are and who you will become. I see your skin, tough as the scales on any Turian, unyielding, a wall between you and everyone else, but it protects you, makes you strong. That strength is what kept you alive when everyone around you was dying. You alone survived. You will
And money.
continue to survive. This may be who you are, but it is
And
not
money,
who you
right?
will become. It only forms the basis for your future greatness. Remember these words when doubt descends, Commander.
Thanks.
You have quite a gift, Shaira.
Thank you. Not everyone appreciates it as you do. Never underestimate the power of words. And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you.
Okay, damn.
Remember
She
my
does
words,
not want
Commander
to
Shepard.
boink.
They will give you strength.
I'm not so sure they will, but thank you. I will promptly forget them. And that's fine. So she's single? Yes, and it appears she intends to stay that way. And that is her business. Can I talk to her?
Hello again. The consort is very pleased with everything that you have done for her.
I think I'm done here.
Of course. Come back
Oh.
anytime.
Okay, see you later. Shepard was done with that one. Okay. What the hell was I doing? Oh, equipment? Sure. Take it. Hell yeah. Okay, whatever. Ooh, upgrades. I maxed out on charm and I still wasn't able to talk to that guy. Ooh. Cool. Alright. Anyway. Looks good to me. So we have to talk to Zoltan, who's in the Citadel. And Garrus is in the med clinic. which is a lot closer to where we were. But let's talk to the bounty hunter, because we're close to the CSEC now. Oh, oh wait, no, it was this arrow. Yeah. Okay, got it. I'm so good at getting around this place. It is so not large and very small. Oh yeah, and the embassies are this direction too, which means we can continue that side quest. So we're in good shape. Let's see some academy. Excuse me, pardon me. Have you guys seen anyone who's being...
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too, man. Keeper's minding his business. Always good to see. We'll go this way. Oh. Do I know you?
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Who are you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel.
Seems to be everybody's
Was there
job.
something you needed, Commander?
No.
I'll be going now.
Bye.
Goodbye, Commander.
I didn't realize I was in CSEC. I kind of thought I was in the embassies. Nasana. Sure. Fuck it. Let's talk to her.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very
Okay.
busy.
Psych. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. Keeper moment. Diplomat. Who the fuck am I supposed to be talking to right now? That fucking guy. Is there no door over here? Private
Can't believe
Fredericks.
the rumors. The consort,
Okay.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
Why is your hair fucked up?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here that is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
That's fine, Private. Just tell me where to find her.
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
What? What does it all mean? Hold on. Journal. Investigate system. Oh, right. Is at the Elcor Embassy. But what is that? Plot items, evidence, resultant. Okay, I'm happy for you guys. I'm glad you got upgrades. We're leaving now. So I don't know what this place is. Have you guys seen some kind of... Can I hack into this computer? I can. And we will. Oh shit. This one's hard as hell. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, few tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us in the Hawking Ida cluster. Only as one body, we can right the wrongs done to our kind. So I have another side quest. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to take out my gun. I am sorry. It is a nasty habit of mine. It's not my fault. Excuse me, Mr. Keeper. Do you know where the Elcor embassy is? Please and thank you. I am lost. I opened this. Everyone move. Ooh, there's another... Oh, embassy receptionist.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
Location.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Savina.
I should be going
She
now.
said, don't
Have a
fucking
pleasant
ask me questions. I have a feeling the Elcor embassy will be someplace over here. I'm not allowed in that one. So I pulled out my gun again. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Oh, hi, Captain Anderson. Oh. Wait, this is the human embassy. Excuse me, Captain Anderson. Have you seen a different embassy? I want to talk to them.
Is there something you need?
Ooh, I can't talk to him about Sarah right now. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way.
Wait, I asked about this already.
And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever
They have a
since.
history?
Roughing up suspects in custody. bribery
Saren's
accusations,
evil, though.
Alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to
Yeah.
step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Okay, I'm done talking to you now.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Whatever. You wouldn't help me with the things I actually need. Which is the location of the Elcor embassy. Oh! Oh my god! It's the Elcor embassy!
These allegations are very serious. This is serious. Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
I've come to talk to you about your little problem.
Curious. What do you know about the consort and her relationship to me?
I know who revealed your secret. It was a Turian named Septimus.
Unbelieving. I know this Septimus, and he could not learn my secrets. The only way he could learn them is from the Asari consort.
Not true. Look at this.
Confused. This is difficult to fathom. If the Turian could learn this on his own, dismayed, anyone can discover my secret.
Septimus is a powerful man, and it wasn't easy for him to find.
Relieved. I suppose you are correct, human.
I like this guy.
Thank you for this information.
What's your secret, though?
Startled realization. I must speak with the consort.
Startled realize. I like these guys.
Anxious
Startled.
request. Please, human, if you will excuse me, I must go now.
I'm sure she'll forgive you. It was an honest mistake.
Doubtful. Perhaps you are right, human. I can only hope so.
I like you.
Thankful. That was a great thing you did, Commander. Approving. You see, Din, not all humans are as you say.
I'm sure the Earth Clan stands to profit from this in some way. Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
Why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, Earth Clan.
I love you, Elcor guys. They're so silly. Chastising rebuke. Oh. I like all the fucked up looking ones. They're my favorites. Okay. Anyway, so we're done with that, which means we could probably... Ooh, I don't want to... Fuck the Codex, dude. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Which I think we might get something if we go back to talk to What's-His-Nuts. Which I'm not sure if he'd still be down there. But that's okay. We can fast travel now. Thank God. Okay. We are in...
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now if
What
Garrus
the
comes
hell?
around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
Hi, Garrus! Oh, shit. Alright, let's... Did we get him?
Area secured.
Hi, Garrus.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot.
Killer shot, goddamn! Yeah, he's... I like him. Nice shot.
You took him down clean.
Sometimes you get lucky. Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Who are those
Why were
men?
they threatening you? Who do they work for?
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
Quarian?
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where is she now?
I put her in
I hope
contact
she's
with
my
Feast.
favorite.
He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Feast betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants.
That's his favorite thing to
Something
do.
worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
Love that guy. Okay. Evidence.
She must have something that proves she's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. the information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
We need to find her.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty
Don't mind if I do.
named Rex to take him out.
Yeah,
We-
heard about him.
We could use him.
Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him.
CSEC must be the cops.
Move out.
Yes. Combat train. Oh. Interesting. But I do biotics, so we're probably fine. Oh wait, we only have these 5 options in the future? I'm so... My queen. She's on there. She awaits. Love you, girl. I'm gonna have an all-girl squad. Garrus included. No, I'm just kidding. Not right now. I mean later. She's my favorite. Anyway. That's fucking crazy. Okay, anyway. All right. We're gonna need to replace Ashley with someone with a personality as soon as humanly possible. Because her and Kaidan, neither of them really have a personality. Kaidan has more of one than Oh wait, fast travel. Take me there. We need to go to CSEC. Which is close to the embassy, so that's fine. Okay, we have arrived. Citadel Tower, CSEC Academy. Oh, it must be downstairs. Got it. CSEC Academy. But is the Academy different than CSEC in general?
A Solarian excavation team is
I'm
running
backward.
an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
So silly. Love you guys. Okay. Ah, here he is. I can now I can have an all-guy squad.
Witnesses saw you.
Humans are not allowed on my squad, okay? That's what I'm saying.
Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Rex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
I like
him. You
him.
want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Go on. Get out of here.
You don't have any power over him, let's be real.
I know you, human.
My name's Shepard. I'm going after Fist. Thought you might want to come along.
Shepard. Commander Shepard. I've heard a lot about you. We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Fist knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a saying. Seek the enemy of your enemy, and you will find a friend.
So you'll join?
Does this mean you're part of my team, Rex?
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
I kind of want to bring him. Ooh. And he balances my team out quite nicely. Alright. Boy squad. I like them because they're aliens. Alright. Let's head out. We'll do girl aliens later. When I get access to girl aliens.
Okay, Jaleel. Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shorman, he's threatened you.
I want to talk to everyone. So bad. Wait! I've done this side quest before.
Hey there. Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
I
What
like
were you
him.
trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
Oh no.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore.
We just
and
need one person he has.
started
Wait, what?
following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance.
That is suspicious.
I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to
Sorry,
him.
we need that one girl that
Tell
Fist
him
has.
to leave me alone.
Oh yeah!
He thinks he can just
Yeah, we
push
need to
me
kill
around,
Fist, so
but
we
you'll
have
show
her.
him, won't you?
So we can hang out with my queen. I'll talk to him.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
I'll do it later.
Oh, right.
But
Oh,
I want
well, he
I
wanted to meet with me down in
side
the
quests
woods
for
near the
later.
markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
I think this guy wants to kill the other guy. From what this sounds like. That's fucking funny. Anyway. Can I quick travel from down here or no? Aha. Rapid travel. Take me away. Alright. Let's fucking kill this guy, Rex. An explanation point? Very alluring. Ooh.
Looks like it's shut down.
Fist knows we're coming.
So, Kat, you aren't tuned into the deeper lores, but the blue tentacle hair ladies, they're an all-woman race of alien. And apparently, according to the lore, because we've been like listening to the lore because the guy will like read it to us or whatever. According to the lore, they're like overly sexualized, even though not all of them are promiscuous. So one, very, very funny that they did that to the all-girl race. And then two, this logo looks like one of them. Ooh. Sexism is real in the Mass Effect. That's fucking crazy. Oh! Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Get the fuck in my way, man. That sounds great. Oh. Thug. Come out, Thug. Oh. I'm taking fire. Oh, it's this guy. I love this guy. Oh. That's really funny. Did someone heal me? Haha. God, I wish I could loot their corpses so fucking bad. Oh.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
All the real guards must be dead.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna have to
Stay
kill
back,
my
or we'll
doppelganger. Same name. Luckily, there haven't been any women so far, so I think we're okay. Oh.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway.
See you guys later.
It would have been quicker to just kill them.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
He's such... Oh my god. Ooh, a weapons locker. With easy decryption, which I know how to do. Okay. Right, anytime now, anytime. Never put your life on your life for them. That's what I'm saying. Alright. Let's fucking kill this guy. But respectfully, so as not to kill the woman. Oh, he's a man? I thought he was cool. Oh shit, I'm... Oh, we killed him. Oh, just kidding. Someone else killed the defensive turret.
Wait! Don't kill me, I surrender!
Smart move.
Where's the Quarian?
Where's my queen?
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Wait. I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find
You're a
him.
sexist piece of
The
shit.
Quarian
Why
isn't
shouldn't
here,
I
so
let
he'd only deal
Rex
with
kill
Shadowbroker
you?
himself.
Face to face? Impossible. Even I was hired through an agent.
Nobody meets
He's
the
ugly
Shadowbroker,
too.
Ever. Even I don't
But
know
he
his
must be
true
my
identity.
brother considering his purple fucking eyes.
Know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
You son of a
Tell
bitch.
me where that meeting is before I blow your lying head off.
She's my queen and I'm gonna kill you!
The back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
Alright, Rex, you can have him.
What are you doing?
The Shadow Broker paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
I honestly signed on for that. He did say he was going to kill them. So...
I am in charge here. You ever pull another stunt like that?
It was the only contract I had left. And don't we have something more pressing to worry about?
That Quarian's dead if we don't go now.
Alright. Quarian lost it! No! I don't know where we're going! I'll want to do that later. Okay, there's the door. Everyone run! Open the fucking door! Up there! Okay, actually, like, low-key, we're just gonna run through it. I might die. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna make it this time, right, you guys? I almost made it. Which makes me think I could make it this time. And I am, in fact, going to try. Okay, run. Oh, I need a med thing. Okay, now we can make it. Now we can make it. Let's get out of here, you guys. Never fight a battle you don't need to fight. Wait, actually, where the fuck do we go? Some alley, he said? Oh, there it is. It's literally, it's just like right outside.
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
I love her. Ew! Don't touch her!
No way. The deal's off.
I love you. I love you, Queen. I did forget her name, which I feel a little bit bad about. She's a bad bitch. Okay, let's... yeah. Oops. There we go. Okay, my... ouch. Got his ass. Medijail +1, bitch.
Just set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Are you okay?
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are you?
A friend.
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Hey, girl!
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
We could take her to the human embassy. Your ambassador will want to see this anyway.
Let's go, girl.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
Who is this? He's so funny. Chegamos.
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels,
I want to
began
know
hearing
about
reports of
that
Geth.
so bad, but...
Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My people created the Geth. If you're quick, careful, and lucky, small caches of data can sometimes be saved. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
We got
Saren
him!
won't get out of this one.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer.
So she'll probably add tech to my team.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
Are they some kind of new alien species?
According to the memory core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now.
I didn't understand why I was
Protheans
answering
being
any of those
wiped out by
things.
The Reapers.
She's right. How do I know that?
Revere the
But never
Reapers
mind.
as
That makes
gods,
sense.
The pinnacle of non-organic life. And they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
Quit being a pussy and do your job.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space. We have to tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The Captain's right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali.
Yeah,
You
Rex.
saw
Don't be
me
a
in the alley,
bitch.
Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
Yes. Join us.
I'll take all the help I can get.
I love you, girl.
Thanks.
It's up to her.
You won't regret this.
Yeah!
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the council.
Yes!
Take a few minutes
Let's
to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
Girl squad. Girl squad. Girl squad. Girl squad. Yes. Me and the girls. Me and the girls. Wait, where was I going? It doesn't really matter. I should probably get off anyway. That's okay. Girl squad. Girl squad. Girl squad. Okay. That one is worse. Ooh. Okay, anyway, whatever.
The Geth are driven from their home system by the Geth nearly 3 centuries ago. Most Quarians now live aboard the Migrant Fleet, a flotilla of 50,000 vessels ranging in size from passenger shuttles to mobile space stations.
That's
Home
really
to
fucking
17
cool.
million Quarians, the flotilla understandably has scarce resources. Because of this, each Quarian must go on a rite of passage known as the Pilgrimage when they come of age. They leave the fleet and only return once they have found something of value they can bring back to their people. Other species tend to look down on the Quarians for creating the Geth, and for the negative impact their fleet has when it enters a system. This has led to many myths and rumors about the Quarians, including the belief that underneath their clothes and breathing masks, they are actually cybernetic creatures, a combination of organic and synthetic parts.
They experience racism. That's fucked up, honestly. I'm not reading that. Okay, so we did that. Return to the tower. I want to do the Jalid thing, but we'll do that when we get back. Interesting. I need a new outfit ASAP. Assault rifles. Fitness. I am eerily even on the Paragon Renegade thing. Normally I'm like really one or the other, but anyway, we'll save. And then we'll get out of here. All right. Glad we got to play a little. I realize it was just because I quit reading, but we had fun, right? So it's fine. I also like Mass Effect. I'm very excited to keep going. But yeah, no stream tomorrow or Saturday, unfortunately. I have things to do all weekend. Shrek the Musical tomorrow night, and then baseball on Saturday. I forgot that's what we were doing. So I can't stream either evening. My bad. And no, I wouldn't be able to like make up for it on Sunday either, because we're seeing Shrek again. Well, I am seeing it twice. Both with Grace, but different Graces, which I think is funny. Anyway, you're very welcome to stream. I will see everybody on Monday. Maybe Sunday with the schedule. I'm not sure. I've been really bad about posting it on Sunday. But hopefully. And crossing fingers we have nothing to do, because I plan on doing the We Play stream. That was the goal. Is this week I was gonna do the We Play stream, and I was like, oh shit, I can't do it because of the baseball game. And then I realized, oh shit, baseball game, that means I have to move Shrek the Musical, which I was gonna see on Saturday night, to Friday night, which means I can't see it. Because she wanted to see it at 7. So, whatever. So, lots going on for me. But yeah, I will see everybody Sunday with the schedule, Monday for actual stream. Art fight. I'm so excited. Anyway, guys, be out there. I love you.